Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright. We finished the longest one-day case ever in existence last time, so now we can finally move on to case number 3. And hopefully meet Maya. She was kind of on the front cover of this one, so I'm kind of hoping it's true. It's been quite a hot minute since the last time we saw her. Technically a year. Maybe a little less if you want to count, I guess, Professor Layton crossover. I don't remember when that stream ended. I think that was, I guess that was like a little later. You know what? Probably about a year. You know, Trials and Tribulations ended in June, so I would say it's actually been almost exactly a year. I would bet on it. That's been a year to date since the last time we saw Maya in one of these games at this point. So, it's about time. That's all I can really say. Wow, you got all the way up to 7.3? Hell yeah. I know, right? 7.3 was actually really good. They like I said, they turned it around for Dawn Trail, I think, quite a bit. I didn't mind.
Wakey 201.
I didn't mind the main story a lot, but man, the patches were so good. That is like the classic prison escape there. Just put the fucking blankets underneath the blankets.
Things will be on the up and up for us.
Keep your voice down. You want that rebel hunter to find us or something?
Okay, the fact that they're using the name Dats is like really weird. Considering they just finished Bravely Default. And there's a character in Bravely Default also called Dats. What the fuck is this? We're really blurring the line between like a world of logic and a world of magic here with this one, aren't we? I thought we'd have to wait until the next big visual novel playthrough that I planned for that to happen, but apparently Spirit of Justice is speeding things up a little bit with this one. You know, Phoenix Wright is supposed to be all about the logic and how realistic things are, unless you're apparently a circus. And then I had like another Phoenix Wright-esque game series I want to play through, which definitely involves more magical logic than real-world logic. But does it quite well. I don't know how this game's going to handle it beyond. I mean, obviously this game always had like the spirit channeling stuff, but like that felt very much its own thing and kind of like secluded, but like you saw what that guy was doing. He had like fucking super speed or some shit. I didn't know we had superpowers now all of a sudden. Ah, another fine day in the kingdom of Kurain. So peaceful here. So has Phoenix just been like relaxing since the last case and the phone call from about him almost losing the office? Can't believe it's been 2 weeks already, but this place is really starting to grow on me. Still. So they just let him go free after that whole shebang in court, despite him breaking several local laws. Sure was a rough start. I mean, I guess they did, considering that he was, like, talking with everyone over the phone. Now, to do what I came here to do. See Maya. Her long aesthetic training is finally coming to an end. Before it does, she said something about one last rite she has to perform today. Please, for the love of God, tell me Maya is not our defendant. Can we not? We just did that. We don't need 2 cases in a row, and it doesn't need to be Maya for, like, a 5th time. Is that her? No, it's not. It's fucking snot-nosed brat from earlier. I don't know how I feel about this guy. Haparaki. Hey, Albi. Haparaki. Oh, you must have heard the traditional greeting of Kurain. I don't know about that, but I guess all practicing is paying off. Have you gotten used to life at the temple? I'm grateful they're letting me stay here, but the mornings start a little too early for me. Yes, well, morning prayers do begin at dawn. After all, you can never pray too much. Daily devotion is important here in Kurain. That's up to you guys. I don't know how you do it. And today's a special day, full of even more prayer than usual. There's nothing better in this world than being able to pray to your heart's content. They allowed this game on the 3DS in America. I'm surprised, Nintendo. I guess it was during their transition phase when they started allowing more stuff like that. I can think of a few things I'd rather do. So, what makes today so special anyway? You mean you don't know? Today's the purification rite. It's only performed once a year. That's what Maya must have been talking about on the phone yesterday. I wonder what her role in it is. So, what exactly is Maya going to be doing for this purification rite? What? Didn't she tell you? She's playing the role of Lady Kira. It's only the most important part of the entire rite. It's unprecedented to have a foreigner play such a key role. Is she not, like, lore-wise, like, from... her family's not from this country? I guess I just figured because of, like, the whole Korean technique and all that stuff that was passed down by her family, I figured she was from here. And given the symbology in this place, that's really something. But maybe, you know, she was born in Japan, so I guess it makes sense that she's technically a foreigner. It really is. Helping out such an amazing person has been the greatest honor of this humble tour guide's life. So, who is this Lady Kira you mentioned? Allow me to explain. Once upon a time, hundreds upon hundreds of years ago, there lived a female warrior who fought... let me stop you right there. Nintendo transition phase. I just mean to, like, when they started, like, not becoming a bunch of pearl clutchers when it came to religious symbology and mentioning of, like, religious stuff. There was, like, a time, like, the start of 3DS, Nintendo would never have allowed, like, heavy religious symbology in the West. Perfectly fine for Japan. They didn't give a shit. But anything that was released in the West had to get heavily censored in that regard. Or just not released at all, because they didn't want, like, you know, people yelling at them. They were still going off of, like, the old Nintendo. But then, like, halfway through the 3DS's life, they were like, yeah, it's fine. Because you could tell, like, when Binding of Isaac is the best example of this. When it first came out, he was refused a 3DS to release on the 3DS. Nintendo would not allow that game on the 3DS. And then that's why it took so long for it to come to 3DS, was because that was when Nintendo finally started allowing that sort of shit on the 3DS. Now, a game like this is a little different because it's a fake religion, but it's fun to joke about it because it's like, it was stupid to begin with. Is something wrong? No, it's just, I get the feeling I'm in for a really long story. Yeah, I'd say it normally takes around 2 hours to tell. Dodge a bullet there. Oh, right. You're supposed to finally see Miss Maya today. Story can wait then. In the meantime, you can read up on it the right with this. An English guidebook? Where'd you dig this up from? I found it just lying there in the temple library. I figured no one was using it, so I borrowed it. Borrowed or stole? I don't think you're dressed appropriately for stealing things from a library. Hey, this book belongs to Maya. See, there's her name on the back. Guess there's no harm in keeping this for a while then. Probably should take a look at that. Miss Maya should already be at the site where the rite is to take place. Let's go to the Plaza of Devotion. I wonder if Maya's matured any since I last saw her. I think we all know the answer to that. It's on a mountaintop, so it might get a little cold though. I think I can handle it. Immediately, like 5 seconds later, cut to mountaintop. Phoenix is like shivering and wishing he brought a jacket. Alright. Oh, that looks very familiar already. Okay, she's gonna get fucking blamed for this shit, isn't she? Fuck. I knew it. Purification Rite is a 3-part ceremony held when the moon is directly over the summit of Mount Pony Pony. Begins with the transformation rite. Highest priest reads scripture while the priestess dons the robes of Lady Kira, which have been purified with incense. Next is the rite of water, in which the priestesses enter the spring dressed as Lady Kira, and the high priest purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger. The ceremony ends with the rite of fire, in which the priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. The two then devote themselves to prayer until the rite comes to a close 2 days later at noontime. Holy shit. So basically the whole thing's a fancy way for Lady Kira to take a bath once a year. Must be nice to be her. 1 bath a year. That's gotta suck. I take showers every day. No way I could go a whole year without bathing. It's so cold. It's like the air itself is made of ice. Look at all these people.
Well, is the day we come to offer prayers to Lady Kira, the protector of our land. It's amazing to see how devoted everyone is.
Devoted, right. But could they just as easily do all this praying someplace warmer? Something mountain is good for the soul, like standing under waterfalls.
This too is a part of our religious training. It helps us build up strength of spirit and willpower. Further up at the end of the stairs is the inner sanctum.
That's a lot of stairs. I see. Everyone I've met so far seems deeply religious.
Of course we are. After all, Kurain is also known as the land of prayer. It's said that we Kurainese spend an average of 15 hours a day in prayer.
Well, 15?
From the moment we wake to the moment we fall asleep, our hearts are always in prayer. See all the square flags around here? They're known as prayer flags. They contain the prayers of our people.
Oh, he's talking about those colorful stripes of cloth. There's something written on each one.
Such piety is the glory of our people, and
I'm afraid that story's gonna have to wait for another time, Albie. Maya should be here any minute now.
oh yeah, you're right. Can't wait to see Miss Maya again.
How do you fare, Mr. Wright? It's been many a day.
And, who might you be? Maya?
Miss Maya, Haparaki. Haparaki, Albie. And you, Mr. Wright. May the Holy Mother guide you on your journey.
Oh, thanks.
Long time no see, Nick. Well, did I surprise you with my act?
Yeah, you could say that again. This is Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium from Kuyin Village back home. She was also my assistant for quite some time. Oh, but that was many years ago. Her ability to channel spirits saved me more times than I can count.
I sure miss those days.
It was a ton of fun being the real boss of Wright & Co. offices. Now she's here, trained to be the leader of Kurin Village and the master of her craft. Apparently, to become the master of the Kurin channeling technique, you have to train here in Kurin, since this is where the technique originated.
Didn't I sound just like a pious nun when you saw me just now? Too bad that's all I learned from all the training I did.
You haven't changed a bit, Maya.
Huh?
What's that supposed to mean? She may look a little more mature on the outside, but inside, she's the same old Maya. I'm actually kind of glad for that.
Heard what happened, Nick? You ended up in court almost as soon as you got off the plane, huh?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a long story.
I was the accused, but you should have seen Mr. Ray in action. He was amazing. Bet it was another one of your famous seat of your pants come from behind wins, huh? Well, I was almost found guilty any number of times.
Okay, so it wasn't my finest hour, so sue me.
It changed a bit either, Nick.
Ouch. Definitely stings more when it's coming from her. So, I guess you finished the bulk of the training needed to become the master, right?
Oh, you mean the special meditation course for increasing spiritual power? Yep, I completed the full 2 years. I can finally go home once I perform the purification rite today.
Actually, I was wondering why they're having a foreigner conduct one of their sacred rites.
Well, the High Priest's wife usually conducts it each year. But with her baby on the way, it's just more than she can handle.
What, priests get maternity leave?
So the High Priest practically begged me to stand in for her this year.
Well, you may not know all of their customs, but with your training, I'm sure you'll do great.
You bet. Just you watch, Nick. I'm gonna be the best Lady Kira, guardian deity ever.
I better throw in a few prayers for things to not end in a flaming disaster then. So about that guardian deity you'll be portraying today, what exactly are we talking about here?
Well, first of all, Lady Kira isn't really a deity in the way we think of them back home.
She's 100% going to become the defendant.
She's a real person who fought to establish the kingdom of Korea a long time ago. Wow, so she actually existed. They mentioned the pregnant woman. I feel like Nintendo would have probably done that. It's funny because like they were super concerned about religious shit in the West, but like you look at any of their Japanese translations and it's like no wonder this shit got banned in America. Now the kingdom's people worship her as a guardian deity. They believe she appears to protect the kingdom whenever it's in danger. Cloaked in a sacred robe, she's a champion of justice who defeats the kingdom's enemies. That sounds like something you'd be into. I know, right? Who wouldn't want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger? Right. Whatever floats your boat. Still, Lady Kira must be a really popular deity if all these people are here for her. Yep, but there's more to it than just her popularity this year. There's more? I think the religious stuff was part of the reason it took so long to port the GA. Yeah, but Spirit of Justice came out, like, day and date. It wasn't delayed in the West. It was on 3DS, in all regions, pretty much at the same time. Maybe a couple months, but that was back during when, like, most companies still had staggered releases due to translation times. I don't think, like, they didn't rewrite this game or anything. This is, as far as I know, it's the original translation. Maybe with, like, a bit of touch-up here and there for, like, grammatical or something, but the main text is the same. So, why is this Wright attracting such a large crowd this year? Because there's been actual sightings, you know, of the real deal. Oh, good. She's not the defendant. They've already seen her, and the person already killed. Thank God. We're saved. Allow me to explain. Mysterious figure clad in Lady Kira's robes appeared, just like in the legends. And she began capturing members of the Defiant Dragons right and left. You're kidding, right? They say it's only a matter of time till she gets their leader, the revolutionary Dirk, too. So Lady Kira's a rebel hunter now, huh? It's a bit hard to swallow, though. I mean, even if they are trying to disrupt the peace, I doubt the actions of a band of rebels can bring a legendary figure back to life. I didn't believe it at first, either. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I just realized that they're probably going to be stupid and think that she's responsible because she's about to dress in these robes today. There's a real picture of her on the front page of today's newspaper. Sightings of her go back about 2 years. But this is the first actual piece of her to ever be taken. Can't believe someone was able to actually capture her on film. But couldn't this just be some Lady Kira fan? You know, like you, Maya? You mean like a cosplayer? Those rebels are no joke, Nick. They're trained in hand-to-hand combat and stuff. Think some regular cosplayer can take on people like that dressed in the costume alone? That's why she has to be the real deal. Gives me chills just thinking about it. Yeah, but like, even the Steel Samurai was trained in the way of swordplay for the show. Why can't this person just have, you know, trained in a little hand-to-hand combat? Anyone could dress up. It could be like a master martial artist that dressed up here. I bet Lady Kira's spirit possessed a sacred robe or something. A spirit possessing a piece of clothing? Maybe you should cut back on all those action superhero shows, Maya. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're just jealous I'm still young at heart. I've got a real office to run now, so I've got to keep it real, right? I don't know who you're talking about, but that's definitely not me. You really lost your edge since I last saw you. The spikes of yours have grown really dull, and there's even that one that's drooping. Can we leave my hair out of this? Anyway, I swear that the Lady Kira people have been spying is the real deal. And besides, it's just so much more fun to believe it's true, you know? Can't believe you really buy all that. Although, I wonder who's under that robe. But, Mr. Wright, she's the talk of the town. She forgave me this great new food idea. It's gonna be like a soul bun, but based on Lady Kira. I'm calling it the Kira bun. Talk about a Kira business strategy. Come on, Maya. Just admit it's you running around dressed as Lady Kira already. What the fuck, Nick? Why would you even insinuate that? She's not denying it! No! I guess the jig is up. What? Is it really true, Miss Maya? Indeed, it is I, Lady Kira. After hundreds of years, I've returned in this lovely young lady's body. What? Okay, never mind. Only a minute Indian of the defiant dragons could see through my disguise. Now, feel my wrath, foul lawyer. Hiya! Ow! Mr. Wright. Just kidding. I mean, come on. I may be dressing up as Lady Kira for the Wright today. There's no way I could ever beat up one of those rebel types. I don't know. That was a pretty solid left hook she just threw. Oh, you were just trying to be funny. You really had me going for a second. No one can be that naive, right? Well, I hope you'd enjoy playing superhero at the Wright today. Oh, when you put it that way, I'm even more hyped about it now than I was already. Oh wait, Great Ace Attorney. Yeah, you're right. Those were never part. But that was because of that was different. That wasn't because of like anything like religion. That was literally because of whatever. Sherlock Holmes. 100% because of Sherlock Holmes. They could not port the game. And I know that ultimately they did change the name for the English translation, but they that was 100% the reason they stayed. It was like, yeah, the Sherlock Holmes is we can't put this over here yet because it's not quite public domain yet. And then it's still, by the time they were finally working on the ports and getting it all together, it still didn't quite hit public domain, so they had to just change the name anyways. Oh, I hear the sound of the High Priest's footsteps. I better get going. His footsteps? During the Wright, he wears these really big bells on his ankles. That way I know he's coming. Pretty handy, right? Well, see you later. Alright, it's the High Priest. High Priest did it. He is the real Kira. See, they want you to think it's a girl because the character is a woman. 100% it's going to be the High Priest. I know they're actually meant to be a stop slacking warning system for you. Miss Maya's always so bright and cheerful. Yeah, I'm glad to see she hasn't changed. As in, at all. I wonder if this means her training's been all for naught. I hope not. It's Acolyte Zealot! Oh my god. Okay, the person's name is Zealot? Never mind. This person's the perpetrator. With a name like that? Acolyte Zealot? Ah, nice ass, Acolyte Zealot. Looks great in yellow. Yeah, he's called Sherlock Holmes in Japan because the copyright of Sherlock Holmes is so weird. Basically, it was fine in Japan because there were no copyright issues in Japan. But the public domain didn't run out in other countries, so they had to change the name and the characters. Like, I think part of it too was what made it trickier wasn't just the name, but while some of the older stories of Sherlock Holmes were public domain, the later stories, which have a lot more of the characterization of the Sherlock Holmes in Great Ace Attorney, they were not public domain. So, because the Sherlock Holmes was based on the version of the character from the later books, it technically made him still under copyright. Because only the earlier books were not copyright. That's just the stupidity of copyright. Because the earlier books were fine, it's like how now Steamboat Willie, that is public domain. People can use that version of Mickey Mouse. Specifically that version of Mickey Mouse. You cannot draw like modern Mickey Mouse and say, oh, that's public domain, because that version of Mickey Mouse came later. So the version of Mickey Mouse and Steamboat Willie, perfectly fine. Any personality, any like character traits from that version of him, totally public domain. Any later character traits, like the fact that I don't even know, maybe even talking, I'm not sure. That's probably, I don't know about that one. But like just the way that he acts and everything, in later iterations, that is still copyright. Same thing with Sherlock Holmes. Early Sherlock Holmes, perfectly fine. It's totally copyright free. But at least at the time of making the games, later Sherlock Holmes, totally copyright, not public domain. You would have to get permission to use that version. But not in Japan. Japan was fine. Yeah, so like it's kind of, yeah, different designs of different characters. It's a little harder to comprehend that, like maybe with like, you know, because it's just text, because Sherlock Holmes is just text.
I don't know if there's, I don't know, those books are illustrated traditionally? I'm not sure. I mean, we have like depictions of the character, but I don't know if like the original books ever had like an actual official characterized picture of him. But yeah, that was basically it. Like, personality made him not public domain because it was based on the later books, and so yeah, that's why he had issues with it. It was just an unfortunate timing of copyright, which basically like threw off the whole American release. It had nothing to do with like anything else. I believe like that was like the major thing. Yeah, they might have had some cover arts. I've never actually seen like the original. I've actually never read a Sherlock Holmes book, or story, or know too much about him beyond like what other people interpret him as, and just like the general character himself.
Look, he's the one praying in the red and saffron robe. He's a disciple of the high priest Abbot Imi, and he lives and trains at his house.
Abbot in me? Abbot in me? In me? What's an abbot? Abbot in me? Abotomy? Abotomy? I'm not sure. That one, there's something there. I can't. The first name's throwing me off.
See how he prays in the cold without moving a muscle?
Yeah, I could never do that. Abbot is a job? Oh, I see. That's his title. Okay, so in me. So he has another first name, then they'll make this part make more sense then.
It's Abbot in me. The purification ray is about to begin.
I didn't know Abbott was a type of job. Like, I know Abbott is in, like, Abbott and Costello. That's a name. That's not really a job. But I guess if it is a job, then that would make more sense with this name. So that's the sacred robe Maya will be wearing during the rite. Looks like it's almost exactly like what that figure in the newspaper photo was wearing. Whoever it is must have worked really hard to copy it. I mean, this is a well-known, like, historical figure. I'm sure it was pretty easy to copy it if you needed. Although the mask might be a little tricky, which makes me think perhaps someone did steal it. Or someone with access to it was using it, which is why I think the guy named Zealot is probably the perpetrator here.
Please, sir. It's not a good idea to stand out like that. You could be struck blind.
Just give me a few more seconds. I mean, this isn't something you see every day. Oh, these bells on the high priest's ankles. Those are huge. They're a lot bigger than I thought they'd be.
Mr. Wright, it's time to enter the prayer pose like everyone else. Those who don't will suffer the wrath of the Holy Mother.
Now, are you just saying that, Jack, because you can see her feet? I mean, let's be fair. No one's ever seen her feet before. This is the first time we get to see them. Okay, let's see. First I kneel down and cross my ankles, and then I bow forward. Yow! Great. Now all I can see is the ground. My back is killing me. What? You can't even bend down? Like, how out of shape are you? Yo, it's all that piano playing. He sits around too much playing the piano.
Really should have trained for this, sir.
Wait a sec. How long are we supposed to stay like this, Albie?
The rite requires that we stay like this until the day after tomorrow.
That's 2 whole days. I don't feel so... Wait, what if, like, you fall asleep? Like, that's 48 hours. There's no fucking way. What if you need to use the bathroom? Do you just, like, piss off the cliff?
Mr. Wright, are you okay, sir? Somebody, help!
What did he do?
Mr. Wright, please, you have to get up.
Now where are we? Something tells me this isn't the hotel room.
Ugh, ouch, my aching...
Albie, where are we?
The High Priest's house at the foot of the Plaza of Devotion.
Please don't tell me that's a chair. To the left there, on the ground. Guess I passed out from that back pain. Must have carried me all the way here.
Something terrible's happened. It's Miss Maya. She's... Oh, just follow me to the Plaza of Devotion.
Yeah, no, she's definitely the fucking defendant. Something must have happened while I was passed out. I guess this is where Maya's staying. Miss Maya, she's been arrested. Yep, fucking knew it. Ugh. It's tradition. What? Wait, was he out for 2 days? Was it May 8th earlier? I don't usually pay attention to the time and date. Probably should. Where's Maya? Just take it easy, alright? But I'm telling you, I haven't done anything wrong. You can talk all you want back at the station. Let me go. Maya. Nick, I didn't kill him. I swear I didn't. Quiet, you. Come along peacefully or suffer the consequences. Wait a second. What on earth is going on? Don't know who you are, but if you don't get out of my way... What are you doing here? Emma? Emma Sky? What's she doing in Korean? I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. We're placing Maya under arrest. Why are you in charge of their police? The fuck is going on here? Alright, take her down to the station, but with respect. Got it? Yes, ma'am. Nick! So, what are you doing in Korean, Emma? It's a long story. Anyway, what are you doing in Korean, Mr. Wright? Same here. It's a long story. But we can get caught up later. Right now I need to know what happened. Maya's, well, under arrest for the murder of the High Priest. Wait, the High Priest was murdered? What happened, Emma? Please, tell me everything you can. Well, basically, there was a murder during the raid out as it was being performed last night. The victim is Taurus in me, the High Priest who was presiding over the rite. Oh, Taurus in me. Fuck you. Fuck you. Wait, hold on. Last night? You mean to tell me an entire day's passed since the purification rite? That's right, sir. You passed out for a whole day from your back pain. I knew my back's like a ticking time bomb. I better take care of it. And Nick's a man in his 30s. He's no longer a spry young chicken. The murder took place at the inner sanctum where the rite was being held. The inner sanctum? It's the place where the spirit of Lady Kira is enshrined. Oh, it's through that gate over there and just up the top of the mountain stairs beyond. Oh, so that's why everyone is offering their prayers in that direction. Abbott and me and Miss Maya went up to the inner sanctum to begin the rite. Just after they finished the prayer, you fainted in the middle of. So, who do you think killed the High Priest? Unfortunately, Maya is our sole suspect right now. During the rite, the inner sanctum was off limits to the general public. So then, only the High Priest and Maya could have been there when the murder occurred? Right. Plus, the inner sanctum is on the side of a very steep mountain. The only way up there is the stairway that starts here at the Plaza of Devotion. So that's why she's been arrested. Also, the crime scene was only discovered after Maya came down alone. She's the one that told the worshippers in the plasma the High Priest was dead. And she made a police statement to that effect. Yeah, but someone else could have been, like, hiding up there and wait. So she was the first to discover the body. Well, that definitely doesn't help. Makes it even less likely that someone else was there at the crime scene. Mr. Wright, sir. Are you going to defend Miss Maya? Yes, of course. There's no way she killed anyone. Yeah, I don't believe it either. She's been framed. This is really something else, huh, Mr. Wright? I mean, who'd have thought you'd have to take on that horrible court again? Is he 30? I thought he was over 30. Is he exactly 30? Shit. I guess that means I'm about to throw out my back in like 4 months. Tell me about it. Never thought I'd have to go through another trial. Where the divination seance determines all and defense lawyers are unwelcome. So what makes you here, Emma?
Back in the US, I was working a case with an international prosecutor from Korean. He told me this is where I could see the latest techniques in international forensic science. Can't believe I fell for it. I mean, just look at this place. It's like we've gone back in time. Yeah, I can't say I've been impressed with the police work I've seen so far. Oh yeah, that's right. She was acting like his personal assistant, so I guess it kind of makes sense that he would have coerced her to tag along back when he went home. Still, he said he takes on cases from around the world, so maybe next time he'll have one in a major city somewhere. Sounds like this prosecutor's taking a liking to you, Emma. After all, it's not every day a prosecutor takes a detective with them overseas. I wonder. He's calm and kind and almost always has a smile on his face, but it's hard to tell what he's really thinking. His international prosecutor, is he the one who handled Trucy's case? Yes, he is. I take it he'll be the prosecutor in this one, too. Yes, Prosecutor Sadmadi has already been assigned. Prosecutor Sadmadi? Oh, Kunka. You know him, Albie? Of course, everyone in Korean does. He's a highly revered individual, both as a prosecutor and a monk. If you go up against Prosecutor Sadmadi, you'll incur the Holy Mother's wrath. But it's my job to, as a lawyer. Oh, right. Sorry. I'm 29? Yeah, I'm 29. I'll be 30 at the end of the year. That's great. Prosecutor is also a revered monk in a deeply religious country. Show's shaping up to be even more uniquely Koreanese than the last one. I'm not sure I should be saying this, but he's a formidable opponent. Yeah, I heard Apollo had a really tough time, so I'd better give it everything I got. Alright, how long... Okay, place your bets now. How long until Phoenix gets, like, choked out by his, chakram beads? Anyway, I'm glad you're here, Emma. They treat lawyers like criminals here. Come to think of it, Prosecutor Sadmadi mentioned something to that effect. I'm not sure how much I can help, but I'll do what I can. Really? You sure you aren't going to get in trouble for helping the enemy? He did come down on me pretty hard when I tried to help Trucy in that last trial. Let's just say, I'll help where I can. Thanks, but don't go getting yourself in trouble on my account, okay? Prosecutor Sadmadi sounds pretty strict. So first things first, let's start with this. Hot off the press, it's the High Priest's autopsy report. Well, no cursing you, eh? Just giving it out like candy. Evil gumshoe over here. Nah, Gumshoe got pretty relaxed with giving out the autopsy later on. The victim bled to death from a deep stab wound to the abdomen. The murder weapon is believed to be Lady Kira's warbad dagger. It's used during the rite, however. The dagger has yet to be found. Lady Kira's dagger, huh? I think Maya mentioned something about a dagger. Who wouldn't want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger? Right, whatever floats your boat. Isn't that rebel hunter posing as Lady Kira also armed with a dagger? Of course, hers must be a replica, right? Would it be okay for me to go take a look at the crime scene, Emma? The police have already wrapped up their investigation, but the location itself is off limits to the general public, so I'm not sure. Emma, please, I'm begging you. Just like the police, I need access if I'm going to mount a valuable defense. Yeah, but we're not in, like, Japanifornia here. Alright then, leave it to me. I'll explain the situation to Prosecutor Sadmadi and the police later. Thanks, Emma. You have quite a climb ahead of you, so be sure to watch your step. Wait, you're not coming with me? Oh, no, I'm not climbing up there again. No way. Is it really that bad? I wonder if my back can handle it. You get to go to the inner sanctum? Oh, you're so lucky, Mr. Wright. Why don't you join me, Albie? That's crazy talk, sir. If a commoner like myself were to set foot in there, I'd surely be cursed for all eternity. I think that's like a step above being a foreigner. Because the inner sanctum is off limits for you, huh? Oh well, guess I'll just have to face this all by my lonesome. By the way, what about all the people still praying here? Aren't they gonna go home? Customs of this rite require that they not move from the spot until tomorrow afternoon. Doesn't faze them to have police milling about. Some of them are even off-duty cops. Wow. Guess this is what it's like to live in a deeply religious society, huh? So wait, the cops that are like not here praying,
Are they being blasphemous to the religion then? Yeah, let's go check out the crime scene first, and then we'll go to the detention center once we have some evidence. I thought the cops were gone. It's really high up and really, really cold. What'd I do to deserve this? At least I made it. Never get started while I can still feel my fingers. Wasn't he complaining about the cold during like 3-5? When they were in the mountains there, at that cabin? Who's that? Kinda looks like... You'd think he would have, like, thought to bring a jacket for once. It's totally a cop. She works for the fucking court. That's a cop in my book. Excuse me.
It's you. Do you even know where you are? Bobbed head.
Of course I do. May I ask why you're here, Your Benevolence?
Came to pray for the High Priest's soul. But what are you doing here? This is one of the most sacred spots in Koreanism. Unscrupulous lawyers such as you have no business being here.
But I'm not unscrupulous.
Quiet! You dared to find fault with my insights at every turn the other day.
She's still sore about that trial? As you know, Your Benevolence, a murder has occurred and I need to investigate.
What do you know? The killer is one of your own.
In my country, suspects are innocent until proven guilty. Plus, she is a serious student of spirit channeling and came here to study. So, can't you at least give her a chance to explain what happened?
All practitioners from overseas are big, phony balonies. What I wish to train in the homeland of spirit channeling is but a bid for prestige.
Seems like nothing I said will convince her otherwise, thanks to that last trial. Tweedledum and Tweedledee really did a number on her impression of foreigners. As a defense attorney on this case, I really need to investigate this crime scene, and I need to do it now. I've even been authorized by the police, so...
What's this? You intend to make a mockery of our sacred hall of justice once more?
No, I simply want to defend my client.
Which means you have come to forge evidence, then.
I don't think there was any evidence forging last time, I'll have you know.
I knew our lawyers were criminals. I must now redouble my vigilance.
Ouch, that's unfair. It's not you to demonize a whole group of people anyway.
My mother and father? Do you have an issue with their parental guidance?
Yeah, maybe a little. No, I would never dare criticize the royal couple. Still can't imagine what the lawyers here must have done to garner such hatred.
I just had the most wonderful idea, bobbed head.
Why do I have a bad feeling about that glint in her eye? So, what's this most wonderful idea of yours?
If you are to investigate this murder, then I shall oversee your every move, so as to prevent any misdeeds, naturally.
What? You want to follow me around the entire time?
Of course. Not that I want to, mind you. And I will not tolerate any objections. Understood?
She can't do this to me.
What was that, bobbed head?
Oh, no. It's nothing.
Very well, then. Let us get this investigation over with. You mustn't stay here in the inner sanctum a moment longer than necessary.
Please don't rush me.
It is not without reason that I insist on a speedy investigation, bobbed head. I'm a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, you see, who guides the people of Korean. As such, I must not sully myself with the blood of battle that Lady Kira bears.
The blood of battle? If it's that big of a problem, why don't you just head on down now? I won't do anything, I promise.
No, lawyers are never to be trusted. Now make haste, so that we may leave here soon. Oh, and one more thing. What now? Your victory the other day was but a stroke of fortune. But this time my insight shall reveal the absolute truth. So brace yourself for a defeat most bitter, lawyer. I will. Now, can I get on with my investigation? As long as you know where we stand. I better hurry up and poke around for clues before she changes her mind. We can just say, I found this. Exactly! It's fine. This is all our doing. Honestly, she doesn't trust us. Watching our investigation is a bad idea. Yeah, she's just saying that because she doesn't want to be alone up here. I think she likes Nick. I don't know how that's going to fly when he has to go back, but yeah, I'm sensing something here. I mean, we all know where Nick lies. We saw 2-3 after all. The lantern looks broken, but it's hard to make out the details from this angle. Okay. Let's take a closer look, shall we? Now, I'm starting to wonder if the dagger was the murder weapon or this giant spiky bird statue was, because that's a hell of a lot of blood here. It's been stained red by the High Priest's blood. The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. What's that from? An old legend. Wait, does that mean that the rebel hunting Lady Kira in the newspaper is the real deal? Nah, that's crazy talk. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, is she in the court record? How old is she? She is 14. Yeah. Nope, I stand by my statement. If you saw 2-3, you would agree. Whoa, this is blood. This is a statue of Warbad, the bird on which Lady Kira based her appearance. And all this blood is from the High Priest, huh? He no doubt embraced the statue in the hope that Lady Kira would save him from death. Yeah, I don't think he did that willingly. May his soul rest in peace. Considering the amount of blood, he must have been stabbed with considerable force. There's no way Maya would be strong enough to deliver such a blow. Telling ya, it's a man. It's gotta be a man. They just want you to think it's a woman to throw you off. Hey, isn't this Lady Kira's robe? Holy Mother, Lady Kira's robe is... I know how you feel, but we should leave it as is to preserve the crime scene. You imbecile, this is the actual robe Lady Kira once wore. It is? What the heck is it made of? I mean, nothing should look this good after a few hundred years. Enough! If I say it's the actual robe, it is the actual robe. That foul murderer should not get away with this. It's tough to see a piece of history sloppily tossed on the ground like this, though. It even looks like it's been mended a number of times. This robe kind of smells... How dare you insult such a sacred piece of clothing like that? No, I meant that it smells like incense. Oh, I see. The scent you detected is from the sacred incense used to purify Lady Kira's robes. Whenever a rite is to be performed, the robe is first scented with sacred incense. This still smells like incense now. The scent must have been much stronger last night when the victim was killed. I'm only saying it's a guy because the obvious assumption is that it's a girl. And if the game wants like any decent twist, I guarantee it's gonna be a man under that robe. Because like they're hammering home the idea that's Lady Kira this, Lady Kira that. So it's planting the seeds of assumption that like, oh, it's gotta be a woman under there. It has to be a woman. Why would it be a man? It's Lady Kira. It was Maya that was supposed to be dressed in the robe, after all. No, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a guy. I don't know who yet. Probably that zealot guy. Unless that zealot guy ends up being a woman, then fine. But I think they specifically said zealot was a man. It's a lantern, and it's still lit. Of course it is. The sacred flames in the 4 lanterns have burned for centuries. Anyone who extinguishes even one of them would be put to death immediately. So that's why they're outfitted with glass wind guards. Still, I'd better keep my distance, just in case. So the moon and these lanterns were the only sources of light up here that night? The rite is performed by the light of the full moon because moonlight is a purifying force. I see. No touching. I wasn't going to.
What's this note? A bloodstained scrap of paper. Looks like some kind of note or letter, perhaps? But it's written in Kurenese, so I can't read it a lick.
Let me see that. Once the flame is lit, then... will be... This is simply impossible to read. Wait,
What is it?
this stamp in the lower right. It's a mark of those insurgents. The Defiant Dragons.
The rebel group? What's it doing here? Is there some kind of connection between the High Priest and the rebels? The letter we found at the Inner Sanctum. Giant bloodstain makes it impossible to read in full. Looks like that's about it for this area. This mountain face is like a towering wall. There are characters carved into it, but I have no idea what they mean.
There is a prison at the apex of this mountain.
A prison? Way up there?
It is said that Lady Kira laid those she defeated to rest atop this mountain, so that their souls would not spawn evil spirits.
I'm feeling queasy just thinking about being all the way up there. The fact that it's a prison just makes it worse. What amazing wall painting. So this is Lady Kira. Yeah, and except instead of it being, you know, prison of the living, it's like Alcatraz for the dead.
You see that red mark upon her brow? That is the character for death in Kurenese. It is a mark of resolve to fight to the end. There are many different marks we make on our bodies, each with a different meaning.
Interesting. Come to think of it, you have marks on your face, Your Benevolence. So did the High Priest.
The high priest marks are those of a monk, or minor of a royal priestess. All members of the Kurenese clergy have such marks upon them. The shape and location of the marks vary in accordance to conditions like status and age. And all records about them are kept at Temple.
So it's kind of like a national ID registry, huh? Doesn't that stuff wear off, or they get, like, tattooed at a young age? Is that a weapon in her hand?
Yes, it is Lady Kira's dagger, the very same one used in the Wright. It is made to resemble a warbird, the bird Lady Kira fashioned herself after.
So that dagger is the weapon that took the High Priest's life. Is it though? Do we have that weapon? Is it evidence already?
If you wish to know more about Lady Kira, you need but ask.
I get the feeling she's going to be super relevant to this case. Should definitely ask the princess for more details later. Alright, let's try a different angle. During the rite, the inner sanctum was fully enclosed by this ritual curtain. The royal priestess has marks of a royal priestess. Well, yeah, I mean, she was just explaining how it all worked, right? Well, yeah, they probably changed the mark. I mean, you can get tattoos removed, but, like, I was just thinking, does that stuff come off in, like, you know, when you bathe? Usually, if you just paint your body yourself with stuff like that, if you're supposed to wear that all the time, 24/7, that's gonna wear off after a while. Making this case something of a locked room mystery. I mean, it's just a cloth. That's not really the hardest thing to open and close. People can easily come in and out. It's not torn, I'll give you that, but current around the perimeter of the sanctum, isolating. Oh, oops, didn't mean to click, whatever.
Purification rite is akin to a bathing ritual for Lady Kira. Therefore, it must be closed off from the outside world.
Oh, so the inner sanctum is like her private bathroom.
Indeed. So see it to it that you keep it clean.
Yeah, a little late for that, given the blood. Slapping the center access to Ritual Kern's door, but that's about it.
And what was that shrill scream for just now?
It's just, I'm afraid of heights. I didn't notice it as I was climbing up, but now that I can see all the way down. I guess that flight of stairs from the Plaza of Devotion really is the only way up or down. And no guardrails or anything? Definitely not OSHA compliant. Something hanging off the ritual curtain there. Oh.
Those look like the prayer flags down at the Plaza of Devotion. Except they are arranged like no prayer flags I've ever seen. Is that like a torn up parachute? How so? All of these flags have been sewn together. Hey, you're right. It's like they're on one big banner now. There's something written on a piece of it. Donated by Trust in Me. It seems like this piece is from a donation Aberdeen we made at some point. Prayer flags found outside the ritual current. They have been sewn together into a long banner. Is it just like a picture? It is, okay. Oh, wait. Are we done on the side? No, we're not, because there's this. Oh, I need a different angle? Alright, fine. Maybe this angle? Ah, there we go. The angle that's furthest away. That's the best angle to be looking at that. I think I better go take a closer look. If only there was a spot you were standing in moments ago that was even closer than this. Boy, that sure would have been convenient. This lantern's damaged. The wind guard's completely broken. Damaged? Was this your doing? No, I didn't even touch it. Then perhaps a falling box struck it. I will request that it be repaired when we finish here. Of course, I doubt you will live long enough to see it restored. I'll be back to take a look. You'll see. What, are you going to tell them that I did it anyways? Why would you do that? She's totally good. Everyone would believe her. There's no snow here. Maybe it was removed because it would interfere with the rite? The day before the rite, the temperature in this area plunged below freezing. Even the Plaza of Devotion was covered in a layer of white frost. Must be the elevation. Wasn't all that cold back in town, as I recall. Snow has obviously been cleared away here and the lantern's broken. Still have that camera I brought to take pictures of my trip. Just snap one of this area here, just in case. Nothing else particularly interesting here. Oh, this rock. This rock must have fallen from higher up on the mountain. What if this was all just a big misunderstanding and the guy just got crushed by a rock? Like, the mountaintop's pretty high up. That rock could have totally, like, smashed a guy and then just bounced and rolled over there. We don't know. It's like the perfect perch for taking a peek over that curtain. Well, up I go. Wow, what an incredible view. It almost boggles the mind. Get down for that this instant. Right, sorry. I'll be right down. Looks like the inner sanctum is just slightly higher up than the top of the mountain. Alright, so no snipers. And I guess that confirms that the stairs from the Plaza of Devotion are the only way up here. The jailbreak is also going to be part of the case. Oh yeah, that was a jailbreak, wasn't it? Yeah, there was like we saw the person dressed as Kira running down an alleyway and murder someone. Except they're running at like super speed. They had magic powers. So, it's no wonder they broke out of jail. Alright, what can we see from this angle that we couldn't from any other angle? Nothing? Ah, there we go. The eye. Look, bird's missing its eye. Feel sorry for the poor fella. Are you the one who took it? Of course not. This statue has been here for ages. I suppose some damage is to be expected. I shall ask my mother to have it repaired. Wonder there are no lawyers left. I'd leave too if I were always being treated like this. I don't think I'll find anything else of interest around here. I think that's it, eh? Yeah, looks like it. Did I... Yeah, we did that one. How about this bear patch? That's nothing. Okay. I think we had one more question for her, at least.
I was paying attention to most of it. I just missed. I forgot the part where it was a jailbreak. That's all. Yeah, I forgot. I knew they were like yelling at him, like, "Hey, stop!" Like, for some reason though, when I saw the alley, I thought it was that wasn't a, realized it was a corridor in a jail. I thought that was like a just an alley in a street somewhere, and they were just running down killing people. But no, yeah, jailbreak makes perfect sense then. That's why they're yelling at him to stop. I thought they were just trying to catch him for some other reason. Could you tell me about this place, your benevolence? I have nothing to say to you, lawyer. Is that because you don't actually know much about it? You ill-mannered. I'm the crown princess of Korean. There is nothing I do not know. Wait, how did you get up here so fast? Whoa, where'd she come from? Hey, no cheating! Silence, bobbed head. Mina's knowledge is my knowledge. End of discussion. What is she, your pocket internet? Do they even have internet here? This spring is where Lady Kira came to cleanse her body of the blood of battle. And today's purification rite is a ceremony that traces its origins back to those days. Cleansing Lady Kira's robe in the sacred water lends one courage for the next battle. I see. Thank you for that excellent explanation. Commoners are normally barred from here except for the day of the rite. Who normally controls the access to this place? The High Priest and his family are responsible for that. The High Priest and his family, huh? Could you tell me about the High Priest and his family? Abbot and me lived with his high wife and his disciple, acolyte Pere Zealot. Pere Zealot. What a great combination of words. A young man the couple took into their home upon finding him near our kingdom's border. Speaking of his wife, isn't she the one who usually plays the role of Lady Kira? Yes, but as she is with child, the role was appointed to someone else. The killer no doubt offered to stand in, as she saw it a chance to slay the High Priest. No, you have it backwards. He was the one who asked Maya to stand in. Then that bigot must have embellished her qualifications. I'm really not sure how she could. Besides, why don't you stand in for the High Priest's wife then? Did I not tell you before? As a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, the role of Lady Kira is forbidden to me. But those descendants of Her Holiness must not defile the bodies with the blood of battle. Oh yeah, you did say that, didn't you? Should probably talk with the High Priest's wife and acolyte Zealot later too. So could you tell me more about this Lady Kira? As an outsider, I suppose your ignorance is all but unavoidable. Whatever happened to you need but ask. Mina! See, you could read it as praise a lot, but, like, it also could be pray and zealot, which I think is way funnier. Lady Kira was the Holy Mother's younger sister, but unlike her older sister, she lacked the ability to channel spirits. However, it is said that none could equal her skill with the dagger. A dagger? Well, this became relevant fast. The Holy Mother guides our souls and Lady Kira keeps the peace with her dagger. Lady Kira was prepared to die for her people. She cloaked herself in a sacred battle robe and concealed her face as her sister did. Okay, but who was she fighting against? Throughout our history, we have been set upon by rebels. Now is no different. Our enemy now is the Defiant Dragons, led by the insurgent Dirk. So Lady Kira played a role akin to the police, huh? More like Judge Dredd. So what's with the bird imagery? Lady Kira's robe is fashioned in the likeness of a warbird. It is a fearsome bird that is unique to the Korean. I see. And what about the recent rebel hunter Lady Kira? Who do you think she is? I have heard about her, but I have yet to ascertain the truth. Well, at least we're not assuming that it's Maya. However, I believe her to be a vigilante, or more precisely, a patriot.
So even Princess Rafa doesn't know the true identity of the rebel hunter, huh? That about does it for the Inner Sanctum. I should probably head back to the Plaza of Devotion and let Emma know I'm done. I hope Trust in Me is the culprit. I feel like... Yeah, but that would be too on the nose. That'd be too on the nose. With a last name like Zealot, I feel like he's got to be the culprit. That's just too funny. The irony is too good. And after all, she's the one putting her neck on the line for me to investigate this place. Oh, you want? I never went back here and examined anything. I'm not used to, after the last game, I'm not used to being able to, like, click on things again everywhere. Wow, they're still praying. The religious devotion of our people is the pride of our kingdom. I guess this is one time where restriction of movement would have made sense, considering you have to pass by here to physically go anywhere else. Come what may, they will continue to pray until tomorrow afternoon. Well, I will say this level of devotion is certainly to be respected. Now to find Emma. Okay, he definitely looks like a rebel. Is she following Nick around? Yeah, I mean, she's doing it because, you know, he just doesn't trust Nick, clearly, and it's definitely not for any other reason. It's definitely not because she's 14 and has a crush on him. Because he's hot. Who's this guy? You there! Wait! I want to ask you something. Okay. Do you know me? And do I know you? Well, I'm Phoenix Wright. I'm a lawyer. No. I want to know if you know who I am. Huh? How should I know? I've never seen you before. This guy's acting real strange. Maybe he has amnesia or something. I should talk to him a little more just in case he's connected to his case somehow. Are you having trouble remembering who you are? I'm sorry if I offended you. You. Yeah, I thought he was gonna pull out a weapon on me. He's just pulling some snack out one after another. I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to do. I know it's something important. Do you know this man or something, Bobhead? No, I just said I've never seen him before, didn't I? Are you Lady Kira? You know of Lady Kira? Then are you Kyoanese, I take it? Maybe? Wait, are those lizards he's eating? What? You want one? No thanks, I, just ate. Ah, now I remember. Get a load of this. Was he Eggman? I mean, he has the goggles. Well? Well, what? I believe he suffers from a far more serious malady than mere memory loss. No good, huh? Guess I'll try somebody else. He got Dementors? Oh god. I feel like he's a little young for that one. Is Nick hot? I could ask Edgeworth, but I feel like that's a very biased perspective. Well, yeah, I mean, of course Edgeworth would say yes. We all know that. So who was that man, and what did he want, Bobhead? I wish I knew. What now? Oh, it's just you. What's wrong? I didn't surprise you that badly, did I? Oh no, it's nothing. Actually, I've been looking for you. Wanted to tell you I'd investigate the crime scene. It wasn't too much trouble getting my investigation of the Inner Sanctum approved. Oh, it was fine. Prosecutor said Marty gave his okay straight away. Seems like a rather fair-minded prosecutor. He said you would probably give up once you saw the crime scene for yourself. And that moving on before the trial began would be the smart thing to do. He must be feeling really confident about his case. Well, just so you know, I have no intention of giving up. I figured. That's why I prepared a little gift for you. I thought it might help your investigation. Here, it's all yours. I wanted to bring you a bunch of other forensic tools. They were confiscated at the airport. Luminol testing fluid. This actually might come in handy. Wait, how did you get luminol testing fluid through the airport then? And what else were you bringing that was even worse? Also, I made a copy of the crime scene photo for you. Thanks. All this will definitely come in handy. So this is what the High Priest's body looked like after the murder. I'll keep this along with the picture I took at the crime scene. Inner Sanctum photo updated. How much you want to bet he was killed over in that, like, naked area of missing the snow? Oh yeah. They're done questioning Maya. Really? I should go pay her a visit then. Poor Maya. She's supposed to be feeling pretty lonely. I should let her know that I'll be defending her too. Maybe this is the real reason Maya went away. She knew that anytime she hung around Nick, she would always get arrested. Ah, shoot. Look at the time. Have to get going. You sure seem busy. That's because his ephemeral holiness is a real slave driver. His ephemeral holiness? Prosecutor Sadmati. It's like the world's hardest riddle, wrapped in a flowy sash. I keep wondering if it's just a clash of cultures type thing, you know? Like, he'll ask the most insane things of me without batting a single long eyelash of his. This Prosecutor Sadmati sounds like he's used to holding some serious clout. Also, the way you're describing him is quite interesting there, Emma. Is there anything you want to say? I'd have such bad luck with prosecutors. First it was the glimmerous fop. Now that I'm finally rid of that grating, bling-loving Europhile, I get this guy. No, I'm really gonna be late. He'll probably make me listen to one of those really long sutras again. I'll see you later. He makes her listen to sutras? Sounds like Emma's got it pretty rough too. She does not appreciate Prosecutor Sadmati's sutras. What ingratitude. It appears that she too is lacking in religious devotion. I don't think that's what the problem is here. Besides, Emma's not even a Kuninist. I think I would witness a lawyer being allowed to pass through the sacred gate. Yeah, well, I wouldn't unless I had to. Those stairs are brutal to climb. What's this? Do you even know how many monks would give their lives to pass through that gate? Be thankful for the great honor you have been afforded. Yes, your benevolence. But maybe they could think about installing an elevator next time? Albi said these are called prayer flags, and the prayers written on them are carried throughout the kingdom by the wind. Now, if I were to pray for something, it would be for me to not get dragged into any more trouble than I already have been. We're only halfway through the game, Phoenix. I don't think that prayer is going to come true. You're still praying. Now that's really something. It's called their absolute devotion to Lady Kira. But you don't have to pray to her. You don't have to pray to her, your benevolence? Our customs dictate that I must never associate myself with Lady Kira in any way. Instead, it is my duty to offer my prayers and dance to the Holy Mother every day. Why don't you try offering up a dance or two? I think you'll find it quite uplifting. No thanks, I'm good. That's it? Oh. I was kind of expecting more, but that's okay. Oh yeah, we saw the detention center. We were here for with Albi. We got to see the detention center there, didn't we? Or did we? This doesn't look familiar, but I feel like we must have seen it with Albi. I swear we did. Nick, I knew you'd come. Maya, she looks tired. How are you holding up? It wasn't me, but no one will believe me. I have to admit, I'm still a bit in shock. I would have thought you'd get caught up in something like this, and so far from home. But I'm going to defend you, so hang in there. We can do this if we work together. We didn't see it? Yeah, you're right. I just remember, like, because we had that long intro sequence and everything, I thought, like, maybe we did stop at the detention center too, despite not having an investigation portion. This is all my fault. I mean, you came to Korean just to visit me. We hadn't seen each other in ages, and then this happens. I haven't seen her this down in ages either. Come on, remember who you're talking to. Besides, I thought you'd be used to being the usual suspect by now. I guess you're right. And you saved me each and every time. Yep, so just tell me everything you can and let's go from there. Bobhead, stop studying and go straight to the matter of true import. We know she is the murderer. Therefore, it's time for her confession. This is a very interesting scenario we found ourselves in. It's like imagine if like Miles Edgeworth followed us around for an entire case. I guess he kind of did, but not as the prosecutor too, or like on the prosecution team. Your benevolence. What brings the royal priestess to a place like this? Yeah, apparently she really likes Nick. I'm watching over this lawyer to keep him from tampering with anything in this case. Now, out with it. Confess your crime. Please, your benevolence, could you please take it down a notch or three? Maya, please tell me what you can. I know this must be difficult, but anything you can remember might help. Sure. Okay. Okay, well, new detention center means we gotta examine it. We've never had a different detention center before. Well, I guess we technically did with Professor Layton. A guard will come running if you ring that bell there. Really? Let's put that to the test, shall we? Why would you do this? Oh, but they got really mad last time I rang it for no reason. You could have told me that before I rang it. And then she just bails. Typical. Why does that guard keep eyeballing me? Can't let him get to me. Can't let him get to me. He's doing it again. No security camera here. I didn't kill the High Priest. Wouldn't even dream of it. I mean, he always treated me so well. Abbot Inmee was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even for a foreigner like me. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions. How could I kill someone like that? Sounds like a really good person. I think I would have liked him. It was so much fun. I got to enjoy meals with his family and everything. His wife was a master of Koreanese cuisine. I've never eaten better in my life. It's like they were a family, a home away from home in this foreign land. Must have been a source of comfort, what with being here for training all alone. But what? I can't completely deny the charge either. Huh? As I suspected, the snake has shown her two colors at last. Your benevolence, please. I'm trying to figure out what really happened here. So, what do you mean you can't completely deny the charge? Well, during the purification rite, I suddenly got really, really sleepy. Next thing I knew, Abbott and me was, you know... You suddenly got sleepy? Didn't this happen, like, last time? Literally the last time she got accused in 3? So then, you didn't actually see the High Priest get murdered? No, I didn't, but... If I was possessed by some crazed spirit while asleep, then... What an excuse. How dare you pin your crime on another person's soul? 'Cause it's happened before. Twice. Be honest. What you call training is an extended vacation in reality. And that training here is simply for prestige. No, it's not like that at all. I'm trying to become the master of the Korean channeling technique. A neophyte practitioner such as you becoming a channeling master? I think not. The spiritual power required is beyond the means of an outsider like you. Maybe that seems to really hate fakers. But Maya does actually have the power to channel spirits. I should let Raifa know. Your benevolence, I wouldn't call Maya a neophyte because she can already Wait, Nick. What? Can I talk to you for a second? Why is she whispering all of a sudden? I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick. What? Why? I'll, explain later. Just keep it a secret for now, okay? If you say so. What's that all about? What is all that whispering about over there?
Oh, it's nothing, really. I'll have to ask about this later when Princess Rafa's not around.
Oh, I almost forgot. Nick?
Yes?
About Abbott and me's murder? There was something that I noticed that I thought was strange.
Oh? So, what was it you noticed?
Well, you probably won't believe me, but...
Why don't you let me be the judge of that?
Okay, so, you know that spring?
The spring? You mean the pool in front of the Warbat statue?
Yeah, that. The water in there was dark red. And when I say dark red, I mean blood red.
Oh, that? Yeah, I saw it too.
You did?
Yeah, the High Priest's blood turned it red.
What? No, that's not what I meant. The spring was right before he was killed.
What? Wait, so it was already red? Even before the High Priest was killed? Was Trust in Me the victim? Yeah, that was the old guy. That was the High Priest, was Trust in Me. Clearly, we could trust in him to be the victim.
Yeah, I noticed it during the purification rite, just before I passed out. It's just like the ancient legend says.
What ancient legend?
Spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. That's how it goes anyway. Hold on. Yes, there is a legend about the inner sanctum that just says that. But the water runs red this time thanks to the murder. The police investigation confirmed it.
What, they like find his blood in the water?
Perhaps your eyes were deceived by the lantern light reflecting off the water. I don't think that was it, though.
Ancient legend, huh? Wonder if it's connected to this murder somehow. On the day of the rite, the water in the spring was already stained red when Abbott and me and Maya arrived at the inner sanctum.
Nick?
Yes?
So, actually, there's one more thing.
What's up with Maya? She keeps looking over at her benevolence, like she's worried about what Rafa will say.
There's something I want to show you.
There is?
I found this at the inner sanctum after I came to.
I don't think we need to actually read that to tell that's a ransom note. Is this a letter? It's in Koreanese.
See that stamp on the far left at the end of the letter? Does it look familiar?
Wait. The end of the letter? But, I mean, is that not a question mark? Or is that supposed to be a period? No, I guess that's not a question mark. I guess, yeah, it's being reused there. Okay, fair. I thought that was a question mark. So I got confused. If this was a left to right or right to left. This red stamp here?
That's the mark of Lady Kira.
Oh, right. It looks just like the mark on her forehead.
Lady Kira, you say? Let me see that. Why, this is...
What? What does it say?
Do not perform the rite. I know what you're planning, Lady Kira.
That sounds like a threat. Or a warning. Where's pretending to be Lady Kira was pressuring the High Priest to stop the rite?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, too. Nick, do you think...
Wait. First, there's that ancient legend.
Spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return.
Now, there's also Lady Kira's warning. Plus, with the Warbat dagger being eyed as the murder weapon... Don't tell me...
That's why she has to be the real deal. Gives me chills just thinking about it. I bet Lady Kira's spirit possessed the sacred robe or something.
Don't tell me. You actually believe that the real Lady Kira returned to kill the High Priest.
Don't be silly, Nick.
Huh?
Historical figures don't come back to life. I mean, give me a break. But...
You were saying only yesterday how it was more fun to believe that she's the real deal.
Yeah, yesterday. Wish I could keep on entertaining that fantasy, too. But the fact is, we're dealing with a murder here. Thus my days of dreaming have come to an end.
That's definitely not the Maya I remember.
I'm gonna keep it real from now on. And you should too, Nick. Like you said, that was the boring one because I was keeping it real. Maybe she did get possessed. Sorry, I guess I've outgrown that stepladder argument we always have. I think you mean ladder, Maya. So what do you mean by keeping it real? Oh, so you know how someone is dressing up like Lady Kira and capturing rebels, right? Oh, you mean the rebel hunter Lady Kira in the papers? Yeah, that one. I think that's who probably sent this warning. What nonsense is this? You dare to suggest that Abbott and me was slain by Lady Kira? You nincompoop. The rebel hunter is sure to be a vigilante who loves this kingdom. And it is that patriotism that led them to cloak their identity in the guise of Lady Kira. Such a patriot would never slay the High Priest. I guess it's only natural for Princess Rayfa to see it that way, but I can't let it go at that. Besides, why would such a vigilante want to stop the purification rite in the first place? I haven't figured that one out yet. I rest my case. What, just because we haven't figured it out yet doesn't mean it's wrong. Still, if this rebel hunter had a compelling enough reason, they might have killed the High Priest after he ignored their warning. You big dummy. You can't fool me. It was you who forged that warning letter. You're trying to shed your guilt onto our most sacred Lady Kira. Admit it. No, I would never do such a thing. Now, your benevolence. Let's try to remain rational about this. Maya, did you show that letter to the police? No. I was afraid it would anger everybody needlessly. So I was waiting to show it to you, Nick. And judging by her benevolence's reaction, I'd say Maya was right to be worried. Wait, what are... There's a number of places on this letter where there are 3 holes in a row. Are these supposed to be some sort of a message too? Not that we'll be finding out anytime soon, I suspect. Is there a chance it was stitched to that, like, giant stitch of prayer, sheets? That just makes me think of, like, you know, someone was stitching it with a needle. It seems a little excessive, and I don't know how you would take it off without undoing all of the thread. Or like a knife or something. It seems a little much, but it does make me think of, like, when someone tries to weave thread through a paper. Alright, accused. Wrap it up. I guess they have more questions for me. Yeah. At least I have a better idea of what we're up against now. Nick? There's something I've been meaning to say. I don't need a lawyer this time. What are you talking about? It's just, you know they have that Defense Culpability Act here in Korean, right? Well, if I'm found guilty, you'll be charged with abetting a criminal. Maya, thanks for thinking of me, but don't worry, Maya. We'll pull through this together somehow. We always have, haven't we? Yeah, but we're not in Kansas anymore, you know. True, but I've been through one trial here already. So I know what I'm getting myself into. We're gonna win this one, no matter what. Because I believe in your innocence. Yeah, I know. You always won because of your faith in me. That's right. So it's all aboard the Phoenix Freedom Express. That would be a weird stab wound. Because wasn't it a knife? And a really big knife at that? Like, that's more like claw marks. Oh, maybe it was, like, stabbed into the, those feathers on the statue or something. I think they're a little far apart for that, but I could almost believe it. Thank you, Nick. Well, I'll see you later. Father will not save you tomorrow, and by then it will be too late to ask for mercy. We're gonna beat this charge. You'll see. I don't care to understand every single word that was spoken, but I don't like the sound of that Phoenix Freedom Express one bit. Wait, don't tell me you don't know what Freedom Express refers to. Of course I know. Do not presume to know what I do not know. No closer to understanding why someone would want the High Priest dead. But given the use of the Warbad Dagger and the existence of the warning letter, I'd say the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira is the real prime suspect. I'd help if I knew a little more about this modern-day Lady Kira. Wonder if anyone has any info on them. Maybe the first thing I should do is go someplace where locals like to gather. I guess the bazaar is as good as any place to start as... Good place to start as any. Now, who should I... Hmm? Does she not know what a bazaar is? I see. So that is what the Freedom Express is. It's all in her pocket internet again, I see. That sounds like... Is Miss Maya okay? I believe her, Mr. Wright. I know she didn't do it. Do you now, boy? Volkunka, your benevolence. You mustn't trust in lawyers, you... Hmm? Are you not the accused from the last trial? Oh, what's wrong, Albie? Your benevolence speaks with the, You may speak in the vernacular, little monk. Now, what is your name? Yes, your benevolence. I'll be your guide, your benevolence. Notice, Albie. Your soul is only as clean or filthy as the company you keep. I wish you'd stop insinuating that all lawyers are trash. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but Mr. Wright is a very trustworthy man, and I trust him as a lawyer. What's this? I'm sorry, forgive my insolence. For common boys such as he can place trust in lawyers, it can only be because of my failure at the Hall of Justice the other day. Mr. Wright, your benevolence is sucking to the ground. She must really feel responsible for what happened in court that day. Let's give her some breathing room for now. I'm sure she'll be back on her feet in no time. In the meantime, do you mind if I ask you some questions? Of course not. I'm always glad to help. Let's examine first, since we didn't get to do it last time we were here. The gate's Temple. And at the top of the stairs is my home away from home. Just looking at them is making my back ache. This is a really popular bun shop here in Kurain. Oh, they even sell magataman. Let's see. 1 magataman, 15 damas. Wait a second. Albie, weren't you selling them for 20 damas apiece? Extra 5 damas is the service fee. He's quite the shrewd businessman. I mean, I guess he is making them more accessible, so you don't have to come all the way here. But I think in this case, it probably would be a better idea to sell them for cheaper. Hey, Albie, what's this cow-like animal? What do you mean you don't know what that is? It's a yak. They carry heavy loads and provide milk. They're indispensable partners in our daily lives. Interesting. Hey, kinda cute up close. Oh, and they also prize for their meat. You know, the meat you enjoyed so much last night. Oh, partner must mean something else here. Not gonna lie, I feel like this waifu is like believable 14 years old. I was actually surprised to find out she was 14. I thought she was like 12. But yeah, no, she definitely acts like a 14-year-old. Allow me to explain. This bird is known as a warbat. It's only found here in Kurain. Oh, so they're real birds. I don't know, for some reason I was thinking they were like some mythical creature. Didn't really cross my mind that they're probably real things. Oh right, the bird Lady Kira based herself on. It's a really beautiful bird. Tourists must love it. They usually do. There's just one thing about it that's kinda hit or miss. Its unusual cry drives children to tears. It can even make some adults collapse in fear. Maybe they should keep such a fearsome creature in a less crowded area. Kinda wouldn't mind hearing it. This poster. Looks like some kind of Kurainese superhero. Why do all superheroes look the same regardless of where they come from? Because who do you think invented superheroes? And then everyone else copied. Look at all these vegetables. Let's see, there's Gapam, Konuro, and Zabaz. And how freshly picked this morning. Never heard of any of them. Maybe I'll buy some to see what they taste like. You want some too, Albie? My treat. Really? Thank you, sir. I'll take some of this and this. Oh, and this too. Albie, that's quite a lot you've got there already. Don't you think? But this is barely enough for a side dish. Hope I brought enough money. Those just look like potatoes and carrots. Sure he wasn't just using the local vernacular? Nothing particularly interesting here. I fucking clicked on the... Why is that so small? I can't read the sign. Like, you had to click right on this edge here, it seemed. It looks like a souvenir shop. It's too bad I don't have time to do some shopping right now. But I'll have to stop by here before I go back home. I'm sure everyone's expecting something, especially Trucy. Any other, like, single pixel interactives? No, that's it. So what have you heard about the rebel hunter that was in the newspaper? Everyone's overjoyed at her appearance. They say she's the modern-day Lady Kira. So they're treating this rebel hunter like a mysterious protector of the people, huh? You've been on edge recently, what with the jailbreak and stuff. I sure hope they catch that escaped prisoner soon. Escaped prisoner? Yes, he was one of the vicious rebels that Lady Kira had captured. So there's a hardened criminal on this. That is bad news. Guarantee that guy's probably the killer. Now that I think about it, maybe that is Zealot after all. That'd be one hell of a twist, because he wasn't implied to be a prisoner. But, especially if they don't know who escaped. It would make sense that if the prison was high up the mountain, and then there was a prisoner that escaped, probably just, like, took the opportunity on the way down. I mean, she takes down big, scary rebels all by herself. Yeah, that's not exactly something just anyone can do. Someone that strong could have easily overpowered and killed the High Priest. And what about that escaped prisoner, Albie? So, what's the escaped prisoner supposed to be like? They say he's a vicious fiend who serves as Dirk's right-hand man. Dirk, as in the leader of that rebel group? Yes. The escapee serves that dreadful master of the Defiant Dragons. They say the prisoner's a former soldier and that he wields a big, scary knife. Rumor has it he's a cold-blooded killer to boot. Sounds like a really dangerous man. He is, but the police still can't find him, even after an exhaustive search. Wait, I remember hearing about a prison. There's a prison at the apex of this mountain. A prison? Way up there? The prison is at the top of the Inner Sanctum's mountain, right? How do you even break out? No one really knows. He supposedly did it without any tools to speak of, too. Some say he must have fallen to his death. Personally, I'd like to believe he did. Otherwise, something like that terrible incident might happen again. Terrible incident? What was that about a terrible incident, Albie? It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated. And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it. Previous queen was assassinated? That's kind of unsettling. Oh, it was a terrible deed of a heinous sinner. I mean, take the life of such a gentle queen. Only someone with a dark, defiled soul could have done that. They really take their queen seriously here, like god-worshipping level serious. Really would take someone pretty bold and blasphemous to assassinate one. Those Defiant Dragon rebels are not afraid to do anything to accomplish their goals. That's why, with that escaped prisoner on the loose, who knows what might be next. So that's why the people of Kudain are so afraid of that escapee, and why they want the rebel hunter to take him out, along with the other rebels. So, is there anything else you can tell me about the rebel hunter, Lady Kira? Albie? I was just thinking there was something else, but, what was it? Oh, yeah! Here! What is it? Shadow found it! Oh. Well, there's your letter sender. Hi, that's the Warbat arrow. Feeling better now, your benevolence? This is no time to be feeling sorry for myself, for I'm the Crown Prince of Kudain. Let me see that boy. Yes, your benevolence. It looks very much like one of the legendary weapons Lady Kira once used in battle. A three-pronged arrow? I could swear I've seen something resembling that arrowhead recently. Where did Shadow find it, Albie? Near Abbot Emi's house. Near the victim's house, huh? Something tells me I better look into this. So what, the arrow was fired at his house, he took the note, and then he brought it up the mountain, and it fell out of his pocket? Albie, can I ask you to take me to the High Priest's house? Yes, of course! Come to think of it, he was married, wasn't he? And his wife is the one who usually plays the part of Lady Kira in the Purification Rite. Now that would be a twist. The pregnant woman is the killer? Does that mean that we would be arresting 2 people if she's guilty? Probably talk to her too. Oh yeah, we were here earlier. This is, I guess, where Maya was saying, right? That's her bag there, I think. Yeah, I really don't like whoever gets to sit in that chair. Unless that was Maya's chair and that was just part of her training. I mean, between all the waterfalls she stands under all day, she probably has to sit on some nails sometime. It's very important for spiritual and willpower. So this is where the High Priests live. Wait a minute. This is where they brought me when my back gave out. And the woman in front of that altar. She must be the High Priest's wife. Can't even talk to her. She's just standing there. I can't even click on the chair? Oh, come on. Like, we're just going to ignore the nail chair. Oh, I have to. Okay, maybe later. I see everything is off limits right now. All right. Fair enough. Excuse me. Yes? May I help you? I was hoping to speak with the High Priest's wife. Are you her? Please forgive the intrusion, Lady Believe. Oh my god. The husband's name is Trust and her name is Believe. Okay, no. Her name is Believe. It would be perfect, okay? Name throws you off. She's pregnant, so why would she be the killer? The double bluff of like, oh, it's totally not gonna be a woman because it's the obvious thing to do, so it's definitely gonna be a woman because you wouldn't think it's a woman. 3 good points for her being the killer right here. Oh, my, your benevolence. Please be at ease. What a terrible time this must be for you. And do you want to add a 4th to it? Since she's like the victim's wife, no one's gonna think that she did it because like, oh, you know, she's like in pain and mourning and it's like definitely couldn't be her. She feels so distraught. Bullshit. I owe much to your husband. You have my deepest sympathies for your tragic loss. Why would she kill her own husband? Exactly, that's what they want you to think. You honor me with your kind words. Look, dear, the royal priestess has come to visit us. Yes? What's that? Oh, of course. She's talking with his funeral picture. Can we get Maya to, like, just summon him and have him tell everything? My husband, too, is delighted that the royal priestess has graced us with her presence. You can speak with Abbot Emi? No, I don't possess the power to speak with the dead, but I can feel his presence. What's that? No, that can wait till later, dear. Come on, that picture just screams like breakdown animation. She's definitely speaking with him. Or she's crazy. One or the other. Sorry, Benevolence. What is it that brings you to my humble abode? This lawyer is investigating your husband's death, and I am watching him to ensure he does not tamper with any of the evidence. I know this must be difficult, but could I ask you some questions? A good friend of mine has fallen under suspicion, you see. A friend of yours? So then, you must be Maya's friend from the States, correct?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but I'm still grieving. Isn't that right, dear? Yes, I know.
See, she's brushing off Nick. She doesn't want to answer any questions. Isn't that not is that not suspicious to you? I don't care if she's grieving. I don't care if she has a convenient excuse.
Abbott and me and his wife were one of the closest and most loving couples in Korea. If she is not ready to talk, I will not allow you to press her any further.
This is a convenient excuse brought on by herself. Calling it. She did just lose the love of her life. It'd be incredibly insensitive of me to force answers out of her right now. But I need to talk to her if I want to learn more about the High Priest. Plus, there's the warband arrow that Albie found near the house. Too much I need to find out for me to leave just yet. Please never go into any crime-related fields. This is a video game. It's different in real life. I'm thinking about this from a... I'm not thinking about this from a Watsonian perspective. Okay, that's not how I play these kinds of games. Would it be okay if I stayed here for a little while?
Bobhead, have you not been listening to a word I said?
Look, Your Benevolence, I'm sorry for her loss, but I'm running out of time. So, what I will do is promise to leave if she doesn't change her mind.
Please, let me talk to my husband about this. Yes, I know. No, I don't. Not in front of the royal priestess. Now, if you would excuse me.
What the heck are they even talking about?
You have but poured salt on her wounds. This is precisely why you lawyers are so despised.
Just trying to help Maya's case. Didn't mean to hurt Miss and me.
Could it be that you actually possess a conscience?
Of course I do. I'm also desperate for information.
So, what do you plan to do now?
Pass the time by looking around the room, I guess, and see if she changes her mind.
Just see that you don't touch anything you should not.
I guess I should watch what I touch then, just in case Princess Rafa gets mad at me. I'm not saying killing her husband's impossible, but I would need to hear a solid reason why and the method. Okay, fair. Sure, if you wanna approach the argument from a Doyleist from a Watsonian's perspective, but like, I'm just thinking of like how the game would be structured, and from like a game perspective of like why would this person be the one that they would write as the killer after what we've seen in previous games. And thinking about it that way. What is this scary looking spiky thing?
It is a floor cushion for heightening the practitioner's mental focus.
See, apparently I know a lot about this religion already.
Your ignorance astounds me. There is not a soul in Korean who would not recognize this.
Yeah, well, Nick's not really, if you haven't noticed, he's kind of not from here. A floor cushion? You mean you're supposed to sit on this?
How else would you suggest it be used?
It's like a torture device to me. There was like a science center I used to go to. They had a bed of nails you could lay on. You'd like lay on this like long like fiberglass like bed kind of, and there's holes in it, and then they would just slowly push nails up through them. It was perfectly safe. This looks like a wastebasket. Hey, there's an envelope sticking out. 3 holes in a row near the top. Now where have I seen holes like these before? It kind of looks like a stuffed animal in this pose. Wait, who? Rafa or Baleeb? I'm guessing you're talking about Rafa. Yeah, it wouldn't. No, that's the whole point, right? Like the whole idea behind it was the science that yes, it would be fine to sit on because there are so many nails. You're spreading your weight out over a wide difference. Now, this might be a little more painful because you're putting all of your weight into your butt, whereas a bed of nails is you're spreading it out along your entire body. But yeah, that's the whole point. It's like the surface area means that it doesn't hurt. The reason things stab is because you have one single point to stab with. But if you were to try and like slap someone with that, you do way less damage because there's too many points and they're so close together, dense. This would hurt way less than a single nail.
Scrounging around in other people's garbage like some stray dog. You are a pitiful creature indeed.
What does it say here? Say what you will, but I've got a job to do.
It says, to the High Priest. You cannot even read. You are even more pitiful than I had thought.
Okay, yeah, let me go get some English text and see how you like that one. High and mighty over here. Thanks, and I will keep your words of wisdom in mind, your benevolence. Guess I should have studied some Kurenese before I came. So the envelope was addressed to the High Priest, huh? But it's empty. Still, there's something about it. I'd better hang on to it. Hope she hasn't become the final defendant. Oh, that would be something. I could see that happening, though. Same reason I think that the pregnant woman did it. It would just be a good way for the game to go. Make it interesting. This game looks kind of like checkers or chess.
You mean to say you have never heard of Kachut Demal? I have heard people describe it as Kurenese chess.
So two players take turns moving their pieces in a bid to capture the other's king?
Not quite. In Kachut Demal, the object is the utter annihilation of your opponent. Furthermore, each piece has a special move that can only be used once per game.
Special moves? Sounds like a game right up Maya's alley. Yo, shogi with like super moves? Sign me up. There's a steel samurai patch on this bag. I guess the bag must be Maya's. Probably left it here while she was performing that rite. What a magnificent altar.
Of course it is magnificent. It is for the Holy Mother after all.
The Holy Mother? Is that faceless figure there?
Such insolence. How do you not know who Her Holiness is on sight? Do you seek to cross over into the Twilight Realm right this instant?
Sorry, it won't happen again.
This is why lawyers are so despised.
What, because they're not pious enough? For your liking? They don't know enough about your religion?
Now listen well. Depicting Her Holiness's face is the greatest taboo in all of Kurenism. There are none alive today who know what her face really looks like. And that includes members of the royal family.
Wow, now there's an unusual custom. It's gotta be one heck of a secret if even the royal family can't know what she looks like. Is that gonna be like the big twist of this game, is finding out her face? And it's like it turns out to be Maya or something? Isn't this that justice minister I met? But who's the woman in the picture next to him? She looks really important. Could she be the Queen of Korean? Current or the previous queen, perhaps? Although I could see her being Raifa's mom. A poster of the mountains? Oh, the Inner Sanctum Mountains featured against those other towering peaks.
Those beautiful mountains are known as the roof of Kurein. Ah, I see they have even included Mount Pony Pony in that poster.
Mount Pony Pony? Is that the smaller peak to the left?
Known as the Little Sanctum. It is just west of the Inner Sanctum. Is it not also beautiful? But I suppose a lawyer with a defiled soul such as you could never perceive such beauty.
No, that's not true. I think it's absolutely stunning. Yeah, Nick loves going to the famous mountains of California. Of lower mainland California. The ones that definitely surround Los Angeles. Is this a piece of art of some sort?
What a beautiful orb.
Something the matter?
Blockhead, take one step back.
Okay. Done. Did you spot something?
Yes, your dismal reflection. It was ruining the orb's beauty.
Did you have to put it like that, your benevolence? Damn. Nick got absolutely roasted. What show is this?
It is the plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. It is based on Lady Kira and is the #1 action hero show on Korean. The plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm? Yes, it is an entirely original show created right here in our kingdom. I'm not sure about its originality, given its overall look and that theme song. Well, I didn't know Korean was China. Is something the matter? Well, it's just we have an action hero show back home that is really similar to this. I'm guessing this shows why Maya's so into Lady Kira. Honestly, the theme song's exactly the same as the one from Maya's favorite show. The Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. Yeah, it's a Sentai show, but like, the name, the song, the character, you cannot just say, oh, it's just another entry in the same genre at that point. That's a little too similar. The popular action hero series filmed right in LA. It's in a city known as Neo Old Tokyo. It pits the Steel Samurai in mortal combat against his nemesis, the evil magistrate. Maya's collected DVDs and merchandise from that series for as long as I've known her. Is it like tradition at this point to mention the Steel Samurai at least once every third case of the game? The Plume Punisher originated here, in Korean. Is that clear, Bobhead? Yes, Your Benevolence. Note to self. Never suggest that again. I don't think she's gonna be, probably best to just leave that one alone. I wonder if she knows the term bootleg. Oh, it's a wanted poster for the rebel escapee everyone's talking about. What? Let me see that. It's like saying all isekai are the same. This one's like, okay, it would be like if every isekai used a song that sounded like the opening theme to, like, I don't know, fucking Sword Art Online or something. They don't. Like, the theme song definitely sounded similar. You can't tell me that wasn't meant to riff on it. Or be like a copy of it. That's Arbal, senior member of insurgent leadership and former paratrooper. That's Arbal? That's Zarbal? That Zarbal. That's Arbal. That's Arbal? That's Arbal. Like dastardly, but not quite. What did for crimes against the kingdom? Considered armed and dangerous. So he's ex-military, huh? His appearance alone exudes menace. He must be captured at once. Oh, that's a rebel. Boy, I wonder what his occupation is. I wonder why he's in jail. Nah, it certainly could be because of his name. Really hot in that one there. What is his name? I think Duck just said his name. Something wrong? The bounty is 3 million damas, money that comes out of the people's tax payments. I shall have it lowered to about 1 million damas. You seem unexpectedly concerned with the people's welfare. Unexpectedly? How rude. Mena has always taught me that kingdoms do not value the people come to ruin. As Crown Princess, it is only natural that I care for my people. How about sending some of that kindness this way? Well, I suppose I could. Yeah, maybe she would be more kind to you if you just suddenly decide to move here. She said her people, not foreigners. If you could be a lawyer and pay taxes to our kingdom, that is. Oh well, it was worth a shot. His parents were not kind to him. Well, you can't do much about the last name. I mean, I feel like at that point it's kind of already too late. Like, that sort of thing just runs in your blood. What you need to do as a member of that family is hope to God you birth a girl so that you can get rid of the name for good. And she can marry into a family with a better last name. Lady B. Lieb has not had a change of heart, and simply waiting shall not change that. Can't we just wait a little longer? I wonder if she'll ever open up. Okay, the fact that we can't question her yet definitely makes her more suspicious. Is it not? I think you can agree with me on this. Everyone here can agree that when you can't talk to one of the suspects right away, that usually knocks them a few points up in the whole suspicion list there. Lady Philippe. Mrs. and me, do you think you're ready to talk? Is it okay with you, dear? Yes. Yes, I will let him know. She isn't a suspect yet. Doesn't matter. She's one of the characters. Everyone is a suspect. Everyone you talk to in every case is a suspect until proven otherwise. The only person you shouldn't be believing is a suspect is your defense. That's it. Everyone else is on the table. For any amount of reason. Doesn't matter. You're talking to him as a witness. There's reason to believe they're a suspect too. Lady Believe, you don't have to speak to this lawyer if it is not your wish. No, it's quite all right. If my husband were still with us, he would say. She's like, what's his face from Wind Waker? In the pirate minigame. As much as it pains me to have my lovely wife speak on such matters, if it would help you find the truth, then ask whatever you may. Okay. I'll take you up on your generous offer. Wait, Mrs. and me call herself lovely just now? Whatever are you waiting for? Ask your questions quickly, so your departure may be just as swift. Yes, of course. Apollo Case 1? Is Phoenix the suspect? We don't talk to Phoenix. There's no mirrors here. I'm not interviewing myself. I'm Phoenix. Why would I be a suspect? I didn't see myself do it. I don't remember doing it. Well, okay, what about Apollo Case 1 made, like, everyone we talked to in that game was a suspect. The only people that were obviously not the suspects... I'm saying that first case, Apollo, you accuse your mentor. Yeah, and what did we do? We talked to them. They were one of the characters we talked to. Yes, that means Phoenix in that case was also a suspect. We literally had to interview him too. He had to be cross-examined no less. And I'm pretty sure we even cross-examined our mentor at some point too, after we accused him. Now, I guess that was after we accused him, but still. We talked to him throughout the entire case. That makes him a suspect. Everyone you talk to is a suspect, except the person you're defending. Which was Phoenix, so actually never mind, he couldn't have been a suspect. In that one. So I rest my case. Everyone you talk to is a suspect. Do you have any idea why your husband might have been killed? Was he acting different or doing anything out of the ordinary lately? No, I don't recall anything of the sort. This is really difficult. Did anybody have a grudge against him? He was a kind man and one of peace. He would never do anything that would cause someone to bear a grudge against him. Ah, there it is. The old lock and chain. Is he a defense is the only one you don't accuse? Yeah, exactly. Defense is your lawyer team, defendant is the person who are trying to get... Okay, well, semantics aside... I meant the defendant. So no, that means that defense, your lawyer team is not off the table. Anyone you talk to except the confirmed defendant. The person where if you look in the court record it says my defendant. That is the only truly innocent person in any case. These are psych locks. This means Mrs. and me is trying to hide something from me. This is the Magatama Maya gave me all those years ago. It has a really amazing power. Reacts when someone is hiding something. and allows me to see the psych locks that are holding that person's mind shut. Whenever I see any, I only have to present my Magatama to try and unlock them. Mad on guard? Was there reason to, like, truly believe he was innocent? Because was Mad on guard our defense? No. Was he? I guess he was. Yeah, but he was innocent. He didn't kill anyone, didn't he? We got him innocent for murder. Was he accused of another crime? Okay, the only exception, that's when the game, like, deliberately made it a twist, was when with the 2-4. Alright? I know someone's gonna bring that up. 2-4 was deliberately an exception, and it made it clear from the start that it was. Because of the whole kidnapping ransom thing. That was on purpose. But generally, any other time, if it's someone that you're talking to and you're not defending them already, they are a suspect. Well, okay, I didn't read this big thing. Maybe having your own character commit murder down there happened in one of these detective games. I mean, if your character is a culprit, it basically requires you to switch to a completely different one for the rest of the game. I have an idea what you might be referencing. I don't know if it's going to actually be it, though. A certain PS3 game made by a French weirdo. Perhaps that's what you're referencing. Locking them all usually allows me to coax the truth out of someone. Yeah. You know, something about the weather, perhaps? And a very detailed description of it? Oh, website. Wrong button. I need to click on the top. Fuck. That's not what you're referencing? Wait, you don't know what game I'm talking about, Duck? It was like one of the biggest PS3 releases ever. But that's a game, it does it horribly. But that's literally a game where where what I say definitely does not apply. It's a game where, imagine, okay, here's an example I'll use in terms of using Phoenix Wright as an example, as a metaphor for it, because to not spoil it in case the off chance you do want to play it. But imagine if one of these Phoenix Wright games, you play as Phoenix, you go through it all as Phoenix, there is no reason to believe Phoenix is ever guilty of anything. The game goes out of its way to tell you Phoenix is not guilty of anything by showing you actions that Phoenix is not guilty of anything and making it very clear that he's not guilty of anything. And then, about 90% through the game, imagine if they show a scene of Phoenix Wright secretly doing all of the things that the guilty person you thought did. And it turns out all those guilty people were innocent. But there was no reason to believe Phoenix did it because it was not shown at any point or hinted at any point. It came out of literal nowhere, and it almost feels like a retcon. Imagine a story like that. I'm probably making it sound better than it is, but trust me, it's stupid. Especially if you go back. Now imagine if you do a second playthrough of that same Phoenix Wright game, knowing all that info, and then you see all the parts where the game just straight up lies to you about that. And there would have been no way for you to ever have known until the game just told you. Like, imagine if there's no way to guess at the mystery at all, and the game just straight up, like, says, like, yep, no, you're wrong, you were never going to be right because there's no way you could have known because at no point was it hinted. And tells you, yep, this person was the actual culprit. Were you fooled? Aren't we clever? I'm not talking about Silent Hill 2. Definitely not talking about Silent Hill 2. I don't know the plot of Silent Hill 2. I know about the dog ending in Silent Hill 2, and I know there's a UFO in Silent Hill 2, and that's it. That's all I know about Silent Hill 2. Curious what you're talking about, Corey. Yeah, just it was a very famous very famous game called Heavy Rain, and it was lauded for its amazing writing, which turns out it's actually the pretty trash writing. You might actually know them from more recent titles such as Detroit
and Beyond Two Souls. Or maybe you've seen the infamous apartment fight scene from Fahrenheit/Indigo Prophecy. But yeah, for some reason, Heavy Rain was lauded for its writing and storytelling, and then it, for whatever reason, I don't know why people liked it, because it's pretty clear that game had terrible storytelling. You were talking was written like you probably wouldn't notice on first play, but subsequent playthrough you might notice the dialogue. Yeah, no, you would notice the dialogue. Yeah, Jason, there you go. The Jason meme came from Heavy Rain. You would notice the dialogue because there's no, like, it doesn't string you along. It just straight up lies to you, like bold-faced lies. And there's absolutely no reason. Now, on paper, that sounds like a cool idea, but like the way that the story plays out, there really is no reason for it, and it comes across as like just cheap. It just really comes across as cheap once you realize it. In the moment and on paper, it sounds cool. It was just poorly executed. I'm not saying that the idea of a game lying to you, like a mystery lying to you, is bad. I'm just saying that that game does it terribly, and the way I'm explaining it is not great. Mainly because it's been a while since I've played it. So I don't remember exactly all the details, but just know that it's like once you learn the twist, it's like, what the fuck? How would you wouldn't have been able to guess this? It's impossible. And then you go back and you play it again because like it's a branching game, so like there's some incentive to play it again because there's different endings. But you like play it again, and it's like, yeah, this is stupid. Why would any of this be like this? It appeared when I asked her whether anyone held a grudge against her husband. That must mean that Mrs. and me thought of someone who just might have such a grudge. Let's just stir the pot a little and see what happens. Mrs. and me, I have an idea who your husband's real killer might be. That would be Maya, would it not? No, of course not. It has to be someone with a motive to kill him. This is who I believe had a reason to kill your husband. Escape prisoner, okay. Yeah, the obvious one. See, like, okay, imagine if we, like, you know, have reason to believe it's escape prisoner. You know, they escape jail. They're clearly strong enough to kill. They have reason to kill. They killed before. And then it turns out, no, none of that's true. It's actually Phoenix Wright. The man who clearly wasn't there at the crime scene. The man who clearly just got there. Who was knocked out for 2 days. No, it was him. He was like sleepwalking or something. It was like I don't know, ghosts perhaps. Although I guess that's not as silly sounding given that this is Phoenix Wright. Ghosts definitely exist, but imagine if they didn't exist, and then the game was like, yeah, it's totally ghosts. I believe the escaped prisoner killed your husband. Probably thought that your husband would get in the way of his escape plan. But were that the case, wouldn't Maya have been slain as well? Oh, you're right. Guess I'd better find someone else with a possible motive. So you see, Maya must have been the killer. No, it had to have been someone else. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Well, okay, come on. We're okay. It was a rebel hunter disguised as lady. Okay, are we insinuating that these are not one and the same person? Like, have I been jumping the gun here? Am I wrong to think that this person disguised as Lady Kira and the escaped prisoner are not the same person? Yeah, like they could be, right? Right? I guess, I mean, we don't know for sure, but like, I feel like both of these are very valid suspects here. Not that third option. It was a rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. Everyone's talking about her. But I mean, like, couldn't this guy, this person disguised as Lady Kira, also, you know, you can make the argument like, well, why didn't Maya die then? If that person came there to kill him, why didn't Maya die? I feel like you could say that about anyone that could have shown up to the scene that night. I know not of what you speak. Really? Because she even made the front page recently. I am but a humble servant of Lady Kira. What reason would she have to kill someone as insignificant as I? Actually, I have something that just might show why Lady Kira would kill Abbott and me. Something that would... okay, figured it appeared some town outlets here as Lady Kira in the flesh. Some rumors are fueling the enthusiasm for today's purification rite.
thick white ice that froze the ground from the inner sanctum of the Plaza of Devotion until yesterday is melted. The Wright can now go on his plan. Give thanks for the blessings of the Holy Mother and Lady Kira. No, I don't think that's actually it. Are we good? Is it the... Appears to be Lady Kira, the High Priest, there are holes in rows of old... Hey, yeah, it's gotta be this, right? Yeah. The note, the warning. Why is the picture frame? I'm telling you, it's like, it's literally the fucking, the guy, I forget his name. The pirate minigame guy from Wind Waker. And all his masks. It's a layer of warning from Lady Kira. Maya found it. It was in the inner sanctum, and only Maya and your husband were there at the time. This letter reached its intended recipient, your husband, the High Priest, didn't it?
And how do you know Maya wasn't lying to you? Because I've never seen that letter before, and I doubt my husband ever did either.
Sorry, but I have evidence that proves this warning was meant for your husband. Alright. This is already better than, like, the couple of, psych lock puzzles we had to do in the last game.
What's that?
It's an envelope addressed to the High Priest. The warning letter was delivered to your husband inside this, wasn't it? Yeah, Sploosh Guy. I forget his actual name. But, like, he had all the different masks that he would, like, put on and off, and then did the voices.
What nonsense is this? How can you prove the warning was delivered in this envelope?
There's gotta be some way to prove it. Wait a second. Don't the envelope and the warning letter have something in common? I think there just might be something that links the envelope to the warning letter.
There is?
Yes, and that proof is right here on the warning letter. Oh, I thought we were just gonna present the arrow. The 3 holes in the envelope are in the same shape and arrangement as the holes in the warning letter. And if you fold the letter in thirds and place it in the envelope, the holes line up. As for what made the holes, I believe it was this. Yeah, I see where this argument's going. It does make more sense to suggest that Lady Kira was the killer, specifically because of all the signs. You know, her top hat, her cloak, that sort of thing. They were made by this Warbat arrow, one of the weapons favored by Lady Kira. The warning was folded in thirds, placed in the envelope addressed to the High Priest, and delivered to your husband on the points of this arrow. Oh, you can even see all the different pictures inside the frame on the side. That's good. Oh, let's see a mod of these games that adds voice acting to all the dialogue. Oh, that'd be a fucking insane mod if we got, like, a full voice acting mod for these games. Would be crazy. Imagine if the next game actually was fully voice acted. Like, that would be wild. The closest we've gotten, I would say, is the crossover game. I think that's had the most voice acting out of any Phoenix Wright game, but that's partially because Professor Layton games are traditionally, like, majority voice acted. So it kind of had to be. Are you ready to tell me the truth now? Even the court scenes would be good too. Maybe, you know what I could see them doing for another game is, like, at the very least, we might see more of those animated cutscenes, if nothing else. Might get a few more of those.
I admit the warning was sent to my husband, but he was not an insurgent.
Then why do you keep his secret?
Because the authorities might have suspected of him being one if I hadn't.
I guess that makes sense. If the rebel hunter was after him, I could see how people might at least suspect.
We are a Kurenis kingdom, as such rising up against the monarchy is the same as blaspheming Kurenism itself.
Your husband was a devout priest of Kurenism, and you feared that his good name would be tarnished if the warnings went public.
Yes.
That makes sense, but is it the honest truth? What if the High Priest really was a rebel? A rebel hunter would have had a motive to kill him. I mean, this man was in, like, a high place of power. It kind of makes sense for him to also be secretly a rebel. That's how it worked in Star Wars, after all. Still, this just doesn't feel like the right time to ask her about it. Could you tell me a little more about the warning?
It arrived about 3 days before the purification rite. When we woke that morning, it was already there by the side of our bed.
It was by the side of your bed?
Yes, we had the whole house locked up tight. And yet, someone still managed to slip in. Oh, it was so frightening, wasn't it, dear?
But you didn't contact the police because you didn't want them to suspect your husband of being a rebel?
That's right. If only we had told the police, maybe Therese would still be alive today. Oh, lovely wife. No need to fret, my dear. My only regret is that I left you all alone. Bobhead, that is quite enough.
Yes, you're probably right.
Mrs. and me, I'm sorry to have bothered you at such a difficult time. Don't be silly. I'm happy if I have helped. Your benevolence. May you swiftly shine light upon the truth. Bobhead, you seem bent on casting suspicion upon Lady Kira.
Wait, someone did a voice acting mod for Hollow Knight? Like, that must have been crazy. Like, the entire game is voice acted? DLC too?
And by doing so, you seek to deflect the blame from the real killer, Maya Fey. That is the only logical conclusion.
I'm in no position to disprove her at this point. If only I could find something to support my theory that the High Priest was a rebel. The only other people who might know more about Abbott and me would be Maya. What if it turns out, like, at the end of this entire game, she's the rebel? Or she's actually working for them? Or what if, like, her parents are supportive of the rebels, it turns out? They might be done questioning her by now. Maybe I'll stop by the detention center. Tagging voice out with multiple different actors playing different characters. Dang, that must have been a lot of work.
My mother has said what? Seems I must go.
Something happened?
Yes, my mother has decreed that a rite shall be held for the High Priest's passing, and that she shall conduct the prayer of lament therein. Her Eminence has so decreed, has she? Oh, but she should not concern herself with a humble priest like my husband. No, it is only natural, considering his meritorious service. The rite will be held at the palace. You are to accompany me there at once, Lady Believe. Thank you, Your Benevolence. My husband is most delighted too.
Wonderful for you, Miss Ami. Direct decree from the Queen. That must be quite an honor.
Bobhead, you are coming as well.
Huh? But I don't have much time left to investigate.
As the one charged with monitoring you, you must remain within my sight at all times. Besides, it will take but a moment. Now, come along.
Ugh. Arguing the point will probably just make things worse for me. I better let her have her way this time. I remember there was another game that I remember getting a voice acting mod for. Someone did. I mean, I find that, like, there's a few Skyrim mods I play where they did full voice acting for all the characters, but I think that just comes naturally because it's kind of expected that every NPC in Skyrim is voiced. But there was another game, I don't remember what it was. Ooh, this is a fancy place. It might have been... I almost want to say it was like a ROM hack for one of the Satellaview games. Because, like, you know, those games are broadcasted, and they had voice acting naturally, but I think they, like, translated it. Like, they did localization. They did, like, English versions of them or something. I feel like that was something I saw, but I can't remember which game it was. It was probably one of the Zeldas, of course. I think it was something like that. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple different games I've seen that definitely got, like, voice acting mods. I just can't remember what they were.
but I feel like one of the Satellaview games, in an effort to just for preservation purposes, they localized all the audio dialogue that they had, because the Zelda games that they did, they had like full narration and stuff. Like Zelda would speak to you like at various points in the game, and then there was the other one that there was the remake of Zelda 1 that they did, and then there was like the original story, and both of them had like full voice like audio dramas that tied into things that you did during the game. So this is the Queen of Korean.
What is wrong with you, Bobhead? Show some respect.
Huh? Oh, should I bow or prostrate myself? Don't say it like that.
No, it is quite all right. Stay as you are. Mother. Your Eminence, I would like to give thanks to you. You honor both me and my husband.
Yeah, it was like, you go look him up, like it's really weird. There's a reason that it's hard to preserve those kinds of games, because imagine if my live stream wasn't me playing the game, but it was me just broadcasting the game and you guys played it on your own time, but you could only play it as long as I was streaming it in like half-hour chunks. That's how it worked. It was like, imagine tuning in for your favorite TV show, but it was fully interactive at the same time. And you only had like a limited amount of playtime. You can only play like an area of the game because it was like an episode of the game. And it would be, you'd play the game, it was a Super Nintendo game, and then you'd have like a full like audio section that played over top and it was broadcasted. And you could only play like those parts because it was part of the broadcast. It was really fucking cool. Super ahead of its time. But yeah, it's definitely not the kind of thing that they could have, you know, the system, because of all the setup and stuff, it just wasn't feasible to release it worldwide, so it was Japan only. And there's a few different games that had that. There's like 2-3 Zelda adventures, I think, and there was a couple others that I think also got the audio treatment. I can't remember what they were, but the Zelda ones are like the big ones. And people have the data. I don't know how they managed to get it, but they have the data, the audio data and all that. Someone has it all recorded. They have the game. You can play them. And I remember they translated all. They had someone redo it all in English.
His exemplary service deserves to be honored. Oh, but what a terribly trying time this must be for you, Lady Believe. May my prayer comfort your soul, and that of your dearly departed husband. Nothing would please me more. Oh, Your Eminence, your words are wasted on my humble husband and I.
Now that's what I call a commanding presence.
So, you are the lawyer of whom my daughter speaks.
Yes, Your Eminence. I am so very honored to make your noble acquaintanceship. I'm humbled to bask in your resplendence. Did I overdo it? I have no idea how to talk to a queen.
May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you. Now then, Lady Believe, let us go to the Chamber of Prayer. Rafa, you are to accompany us too. Refagaran,
I mean, I guess not every name needs to be a pun. I'm probably overthinking it.
Yes, your mother.
Wow, Queen is seriously something else. Oh yeah, you.
Don't see how that'll do any good.
It's Justice Minister Inga.
Who are you, buddy?
Nice to see you again, Mr. Inga.
Again? Have we met?
I'm Phoenix Wright. We met in the accused lobby the other day.
Ah, right. Blue suit, jagged hair. You're that lawyer who brought my daughter down a peg or two.
Your daughter?
Yeah, Rafa.
He's Princess Rafa's father? So he's Queen Garan's husband?
I plan on sticking your fat nose in this mess too. The accused is a good friend of mine. Like I said the last time, you better watch yourself, see?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
You wanna question me?
That would be great.
You got balls for a lawyer. Guess I can play along a bit. I got things to do, see? So we'll have to talk while I work.
Actually, I should probably examine first. I feel like this will lock me up.
Hey, keep your paws off that stuff over there. It's all pretty pricey. More than you could possibly imagine, I'd wager.
Yeah, I better keep my hands to myself. Wow, I've never been denied an examine like that before. I mean, usually they like let you at least look around, and then when you click on things, it's just the same dialogue over and over again. I'm trying to mix two first names as well. Yeah, but like, what do you mean? her full name is Rafa Garan, right? Because if she's the queen's daughter. Oh wait, is Garan her first name? Oh, I'm stupid. You're right. Fuck. Okay, to be fair, this game loves to mix around first and last names. I thought they were using last name because, like, well, I guess, yeah, she's the queen. She would be first name. What am I saying? I'm stupid. Never mind. This game does like to mix first and last names, though. I mean, Edgeworth is called Edgeworth in the dialogue box. And yet Phoenix is called Phoenix in the dialogue box. Edgeworth is his last name, but Phoenix is his first name. There's no consistency. I wanted to let you know that I'll be on the defense lawyer in this case too. Oh, I thought that was a cigar. Or is it both? I'm confused.
Well, don't say I didn't warn ya. You only won last time because that idiotic prosecutor filed false charges.
I thought he was gonna like use the hat as an ashtray. But that would have been, I think that would have been funnier if that guy like came along first and then he like just tapped his cigar stamp in the top of the hat and then started using it as a stamp.
What's gonna be different this time? I got Korean's top prosecutor on this one, see?
I don't care who I go up against. I'm gonna prove my client innocent.
You haven't forgotten that little thing called the Defense Culpability Act, have ya? Blow this one and you'll suffer the same fate as the accused.
How could I forget?
Your lawyers are all the same. Stretch your stuff until the DC Act comes down hard. Then you start begging and pleading for your lives. It's really hard to watch, I tell ya.
Oh, well, I don't plan on letting it come to that. Were you the one who wrote the Defense Culpability Act?
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What's it to you?
This guy's like... If this isn't to like imply that, you know, the royal family is just a bunch of mafia and they're the corrupt ones, I mean, it's kind of hard not to think that at this point.
Either way, as Justice Minister, I'm gonna enforce the thing. It started as a way to counter the dirty tricks of your trade, like falsified evidence. But it turned out to be quite handy. Efficient, even.
Handy? Efficient?
Yeah, it made my job real easy. Any goons who cross me or the Grand Administration are gonna get just what they deserve. Especially those rebel scum.
You can get away with that here?
Better watch your mouth, lawyer. I enforce the law in Korean, see? And being that I'm the queen's husband, that makes me king.
No. I'm pretty sure the queen is the boss around here. But it does still make him king, though. Unless you're saying that you're thinking they're not married, Phoenix.
Go on, say what you're thinking so I can charge you with, lese majesty.
Can't get myself arrested now.
Listen up, lawyer. We got a low crime rate and a populace that lives in peace. And that's all thanks to the DC Act. So I don't want to hear any more blip about it.
I can't defend my client unless I can speak my mind.
Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say, I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. Cause you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes.
I'm telling you, all they need to do is have that person run over a few seconds earlier, and it would be so much more hilarious.
Say, what? Do you know what these are?
No. What?
Orders of execution. They really pile up if I start slacking off.
What?
And tomorrow I'll have even more work to do. Processing the one for your little friend. And if you really do defend her, I'll have to add one more to the pile for you. But you're not stupid enough to waste your life on that criminal, are ya?
Don't worry, I'll make sure to lighten your workload, Inga. I won't give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow.
I've returned, bobbed head.
Your benevolence, are you done with the rite?
Yes, it was performed flawlessly. Lady Believe stayed behind to speak with Mother.
I hope this will help ease her sorrow, even if just a little. Okay, something bad is definitely happening to Believe when she gets out of there. Or now that she's in there alone.
So, have you been speaking with my father?
Yeah, you could say that.
My father is a great man. He works tirelessly to keep the peace in our kingdom. Korean as it stands today owes everything to the efforts of my mother and my father. You should feel deeply honored. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily with a lawyer.
Yes, of course. Seems Rafa doesn't know what her father is really like. Well, now that we're done here, let's go see if I can talk to Maya now. Alright, so clearly by the end of the game she's gonna get, like, desensitized to and become aware of what her parents have been doing and absolutely hate them. Alright, new theory time. The rebels are sponsored by the royal family to create, like, I don't know, turmoil in the kingdom so that it can make the royal family look better. It's done deliberately to make the royal family look like heroes.
Oh, it's you, Nick.
Maya, are you okay? The question wasn't too harsh, was it?
No, I'm alright. How about you? Make any progress?
Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence that could prove your innocence, but I have a small lead.
Really?
But for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest.
Sure, ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Doesn't she have anything better to do?
Doesn't seem like it.
I heard that. How rude. Of course I have many other things I could be doing.
It's just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel?
A rebel? Why would you even think that?
Because if he was, then the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had motive. The rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had motive to kill him.
What?
Oh, Princess Rafe overheard me.
What idiocy is this? Have it in me, a rebel? It is beyond the pale. My mother has offered the prayer of lament to his soul. That is the sort of person he was.
Alright. I was just raising the possibility. No, that's why she stayed behind to question her, because the Queen's is suspicious of her, of being a rebel, too. Or at least a rebel sympathizer.
I will not listen to such tomfoolery.
She stormed out. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious?
Come to think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the rite. He kept glancing up at the sky, though I have no idea why.
He was restless and kept looking up at the sky? That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind?
Sorry, that's about it.
Guess this is all I'm going to learn about the High Priest right now. Oh, but there is one thing I should follow up on.
I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick.
What? Why?
I'll, explain later.
Now's the time! With Princess Rafa gone, this might be my only chance. Maya, about what you said earlier,
Why can't you tell me when you're able to channel spirits? Oh, that. You know how all the queens are also spirit mediums here? I heard. It was kind of a shock at first, though. In Koreanism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. I see. So spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority then, in that sense. I can see why it would look bad if a nobody from another country were able to do it too. Spirit channeling in the Korean tradition was developed from a Koreanist style that was brought to the US via Japan. But it seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Koreanese. It may be a quirk due to how our styles diverge, but I don't really know. So if spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the queens of Korean, and it's a power that somehow made its way down the line to Maya, then I guess it makes Queen Garan and Princess Raifa distant relatives of Maya's? Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just, I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train to hide the fact that they can channel spirits. I see. No idea it was so complicated. Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification needed to become the master. And what is this qualification to become the master? To be able to channel spirits of one's own volition and without fail every time. Like, remember how my spirit channeling was always hit or miss? I only ever succeeded about 30% of the time? Yeah, and it was more like spirits possessed her as opposed to her channeling them. So you can do it every single time now, whenever you want? Yep. At least, I think. What, have you not been able to test it because wanting to hide it? You think? Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here. But once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I'll have to try channeling one spirit after another, in a marathon channeling session. Only those who pass the test are worthy of becoming the master, huh? Yeah, but I know I can do it. Alright, so is she gonna go home after this case, and then, like, team up with the rest of the team? With the B team? Or is she gonna stay here and we're gonna get some, like, classic Phoenix Maya action? I don't know which I want more. Kinda almost want her to go back home as soon as she can. I want to see her, like, meet everyone else. I'm gonna ace that test to become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. Right. Mine's the next big hope of Korean village. It's gotta be a lot of pressure. So, speaking of similarities, I've noticed another similarity between our countries, besides spirit channeling. I saw a show on TV earlier that reminded me of the Steel Samurai. Oh, you must mean the Plume Punisher, warrior of Neil Twilight Realm. So you've already seen the Plume Punisher? You really don't miss a beat. Actually, it was her benevolence who told me all about it. There is not a single person in Korean who does not know of it. Oh, your benevolence. You're back. As the royal priestess, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So, I have changed my mind, for in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories. Sense of duty is commendable, but I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit. Great timing, your benevolence. There's actually something I wanted to show you off to the both of you. Show off? Maya sure seems excited all of a sudden. Yep, ta-da! What's that? It's an ultra-rare Plume Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the whole world. Where did you get it from, then? It was specifically made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of this strap? Don't tell me. You're a Plume Punisher fan too, your benevolence? No, of course not. Only little children watch that show. I have no interest in such things. Right. No, I am telling the truth. Sure, let's just leave it at that. So, how did you get your hands on that, Maya? I found a kindred spirit and Plume Punisher fan here in Korean. It resulted in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders. And by culture exchange, you mean you swap TV show promo merchandise? You bet. I traded my Steel Samurai watch for this strap. It's a super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Koreanese friend was so happy, I got this one-of-a-kind strap in return. I guess there are people like that wherever you go, even here in Korean. Watch this. When you press the Magatama on her belt, it plays the show's theme song. That sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song. Like, Come on, that's legally distinct Steel Samurai right there. Alright, we're gonna say that this is an original show? Oh, it's just in the same genre, so of course it's so similar. No. No.
What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tones throughout? Plus, the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums that go...
Yeah, that doesn't make it different. That's just playing the same song on different instruments. I can't go around claiming the Super Mario Brothers theme is my own because I'm playing on like the fucking piano or something. So what kind of strat plays the Plume Punisher theme when the Magatameter bell is pressed? Can I do that any time, or is it just gonna be a picture? The fact that it's evidence is... okay. Alright, so you're telling me whoever has the watch is the perpetrator? Is that where we're going here? Right. Guess my ears just aren't as good as yours.
Anyway, I have this amazing idea for a new show. The Plume Punisher versus the Steel Samurai.
Why do the songs just not work when they're layered over top of each other? Despite being the exact same song.
I'm gonna totally go pitch this to some TV stations when I get back home.
Don't you need, like, permission to do that sort of thing?
It's gonna be a huge hit. Right, Your Benevolence? I have no interest in such things.
Well, if nothing else, talking about the Plume Punisher has, thankfully, seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? And leave tomorrow to me.
Okay, thanks, Nick.
Do you think, like... That's what's weird, because she just pops out of existence, she doesn't fade out. That's what's missing. I knew something was off with these transitions. In the 2D games, and I think even the last 3D game, pretty sure there's like a fade out animation whenever someone like left the scene. Alright, time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. It's getting pretty late. Won't be long until sundown. Does he have a watch? Are you the murderer?
Are you done with your investigation for today?
Pretty much. Thought I'd go over what I've learned so far. You care to join me?
Yes, please allow me to help.
Okay. First, we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It was from someone claiming to be Lady Kira and told him to not perform the rite.
That's right. It was that rebel hunter. But what of it?
That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite?
If you could solve that mystery.
Right, I can figure out her motive for threatening the High Priest. Might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on that lead.
How unfortunate for you, Bobbed Head. Your only hope is pure speculation. That shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Kira's involvement in this crime, after all.
Yeah, the warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest.
I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you are charged under the DC Act. Your Benevolence!
I'm waiting for her to, like, show her arms again. I'm checking for watches now on everyone. Everyone is suspicious.
But it's true you did not forge or suppress any evidence. That is perhaps a product of my careful monitoring of your every move.
I wasn't planning to do anything like that in the first place, Your Benevolence. But I am going to prove Maya's innocence. Within the confines of the law.
How can you be so sure you will?
I'm not seeing any watches on her. Because of my undying faith in my clients. That is a lawyer's greatest weapon.
What nonsense. You have chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. As Royal Priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I gleaned are thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial. And your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe.
That's a bit of a gruesome execution. Tomorrow, I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice again. That whole seance thing makes trials here completely different than from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. I'll have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Korean. I have to do this. I will do this. I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. Alright. Well, I think we'll save it here. We got to see Maya today. That's what I was really hoping for more than anything. Sucks that she ended up being yet another defendant, but... Or yet again. But I guess that's kind of tradition at this point. I mean, it'll be interesting to see... I wasn't expecting Raifa to, like, become such a prominent character, honestly. I was kind of thinking she'll just kind of mostly be there as a side thing for the for the court sections, but I'm interested in seeing where this goes. She's going to be the more sympathetic part of, like, I'm going to call her part of the prosecution team, even though, you know, technically she's kind of just part of the court itself, I guess. I don't know, it's a weird position because, like, she's not really part of the prosecution or the police, but she's also not the defense. She's like a third party, which is definitely unique to this game, so I'm very interested in seeing where this goes. I don't know what's going to happen to Maya after this. I don't know if I like which I want more. Do I want her to, like, stick around with Nick, or do I want her to go back and meet everyone else? Because I'd be kind of cool if she got to interact with everyone else, but I have a feeling she's probably going to stay here simply for the fact that it would be 4 characters working together on one end and only 2 on the other. Well, I guess it would technically be 3. I don't know. It's going to be 4 either way. Maya's going to be somewhere. I don't think Maya's going anywhere. Maya's got to be here for the rest of the game some way or another. It's a matter of who is she going to hang out with, because I don't know if she's going to, like... It wouldn't make sense for her to go back and forth anyways. It's a very biased third party. Well, I mean, yeah, definitely. But, I mean, both of them are very biased. Both of the other parties are biased. Nobody likes a lawyer. I think that goes for real life too, a lot of the time. But I mean, yeah, it is a bit of a biased third party. I think what's gonna happen with her though is she's gonna find out that her parents were doing something nefarious and just, like, absolutely hate them, and then by the end of the game she's going to either A, her actions against her parents are gonna cause her to become a defendant, or B, she's just gonna, like, fully join the defense team and just turn into, like, Kurain's Athena, because, like, they have, like, equivalent gimmicks where it's like some big part of the case or part of the trial section that, like, completely changes the gameplay up. So she's like she's Phoenix's Athena in this game, basically. The mechanics aren't similar at all. I understand that, but, like, it's similar in scope, right? You know, something like Cyclocks or the bracelet, that's pretty minor. It's like a one-off thing. You do this, like, one time, it's like, okay, you're done. But, you know, when she does the whole seance thing, it's like you have it's a whole nother cross-examination, essentially, that you're doing. Or if you're doing, like, Athena's psychological profiling, that's like a whole other thing that you're doing. So I consider them on the same level. So I guess it makes sense that she would be sticking around as, like, a character in that regard. But no, it's interesting. I'm looking forward to more of it. But Maya will stick with one side, but I'm gonna love case 5 to 6. Okay. I appreciate you're not saying which side she'll stick with. I'm curious where she's gonna stay. I have a feeling they're probably going to leave her here, just because, like, at the end of the day, my existing back at all is like definitely fan service on some level. So it would kind of make sense. But I mean, at the same time, I don't know. I feel like a lot of fans would love to see Maya meet and interact with Apollo, because we didn't get that. Let alone like Trucy or Athena. It'd be cool if like she went over there. I don't know. I would really like her to see go back home. That'd be cool. I'm excited. But I'm assuming this will be a 2-day case, so that's still going to be a couple streams away before we get to see any of that. We still have we'll do the trial next time, and probably the investigation next time too. Case 6 isn't the same as a special DLC. Yeah, Case 6 is like meant to be an epilogue, right? It's like a whole other thing. There's actually another part to this game that we will be checking out after Case 6. So Case 6 will not be the end. Call it Case 6.5 if you will. But there's actually, I found out there's something else we'll be doing. It's just not in this collection for whatever ungodly reason. Apparently it's actually, there's legal reasons that they couldn't put in this collection, funnily enough. But there is another part to this game that we will do after Case 6. I'll have it set up for that. But yeah, that'll be it for today. We will continue this next time. We'll do the trial. Maya's once again the defense. And we gotta once again defend her, I guess. It's gonna happen every game. Game 7, she's gonna come back again, and she's gonna be there. The only game it wasn't was 4, but that's an understandable exception. But like any game that she's in, well, I guess 5 too. She wasn't in 5 either. That was Pearls that we saw in 5. It's like any game she's in, she's got to get herself like accused of murder somehow. You know what? No. Game 7, they need to like almost accuse her of murder, have everyone think that she's gonna get accused of murder, and then Jay just like, yeah, no, we realize that she's not the murderer. Like, just have the police smart enough for once. It would be really funny. I think it would make for a great little twist and it'd be funny. If like it leads up to you thinking she's the murderer or like she's gonna be the defendant, and then they're like, yeah, no, we found this other person here, so never mind, Maya's fine. I would love to see that. Even just once. It'd be great. The chapter labeled 5 is 2 cases long. Oh, it's like Apollo Justice then? Okay, I see. I see. Case 6 isn't the same as special DLC. I see what you're saying. By Case 6. Okay. They're going to do something like the Apollo Case 4. No, that makes sense. And that, holy shit, this is a long game then. Yeah, we're going to be here for a while. I wonder if the Great Ace Attorney games are going to be like that too. I'm very interested in those because, like, whereas I didn't know anything about this, I know jack shit about that. Like, that's a completely different setting, completely different set of characters, completely different rules because now we're going to be like 100 years in the past. I'm very much excited for that collection. But we will continue this next time. For now, that'll be it for tonight. I'll be back on Wednesday with Vivid Stasis and Minecraft on Friday. We'll continue building our magical bunker, and I will attempt to do the blazes again. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten yet. I'm gonna mention it every stream because some people think I'm gonna forget about the blazes, and I'm not gonna do them. I'm not gonna forget because I'm gonna keep mentioning them to prove that I remember them. So stay tuned for that. But for now, thank you all for watching. Have a good night, and I will see you next time.